Are you ready?
Riley's good now too.
You ready? All right. We'll call the meeting to order. Where we at here? Ordering and approval of agenda. Need no changes, right?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve,
I'll second it.
motion second, all in favor? 3.0 FPLA fundraiser. Got a sheet here. Anybody have any questions?
Looks great.
Sure, whatever Willie Smith is doing, it's gonna be awesome. Right? Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the FPLA.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor? Perfect, thank you. All right, 4.0 district reconfiguration. Need about 15 minutes?
I think it'll take a little bit longer than that, but we have HTK here tonight with us to work through and focus on two campus option. They have answered quite a few of our questions, as I shared with you on Friday notes. This here is just a packet, a compilation of those things I gave you on Friday, and with a couple of extra adds to questions on there. I think it would be wise if we focused a page at a time instead of flipping through and getting all over the place. Maybe stay on a page focus, let them kind of walk us through it, and then we ask questions and kind of figure out what we're doing on each page instead of flipping through it and getting a little.
Is this number correct? Because I see we have elevator replacement twice. And then
Both elevators?
Yeah.
It's the
That's
two
for both
elevators,
of them?
two of them, yeah.
Okay, alright.
That's just a thought I had about trying to stay a little bit focused on a page at a time versus looking through it. So, but I'm gonna turn this over to them and let them
Okay.
work with all of you.
See it. I am ready.
And then the principals are also here, ready to be engaged in any questions you have for them, any work they've been doing behind the scenes with myself and HBK. They've done a lot for me the last
Sorry.
couple weeks, getting additional feedback and questions answered for you, so if there's something not explicit on here, they can talk to you about that too.
Okay, there we go. All right, so this first sheet has Carbondale. We've added the prices on the side there from when you were here last. With the floor plan, we're showing the improvements to the kitchen. I'm working on the left side and working my way to the right. We have a flex classroom where the music is. The art room is for where the weight room was at. Expanding the cafeteria so we can get a few more tables in there. We have mechanical replacement and improvements to the restrooms there. On the oldest part of the high school, we have updating the finishes throughout the classrooms and the hallway and stairs on that side. On the right, there is a classroom that we were showing divided for 2 intervention rooms. There's also a sped classroom on each floor level. So on the lower level with 5th and then on the upper level by 4th.
Like it says 5 bedrooms?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay, and I think Laura Lee was good with
Yeah,
that.
I was good with that, because it also not only gives me that many bedrooms, but I have a flex room up in the 2nd grade wing in case for some reason we have an influx and I need to have 4 sections of a group. And then I know we're still having conversations of 5th grade band and all those pieces for later, so but they could share that with music, and then I have that flex room on the other side if I needed to do something with special education. So, I think we almost doubled, I think we added one, because we had only 3 to start with, so I felt much better having this many special education groups. And then the expansion of the cafeteria, I had asked them to give me a little bit of layout in comparison to Overbrook. Mike actually walked his cafeteria today and kind of counted seats, like kindergarten booties versus like 5th grade booties, and if I could fit everybody in there. And him and I talked to him, we feel really confident that we'll be able to get everybody through there in a pretty equitable time with that expansion piece.
The pre-K and kindergarten classrooms, adding restrooms in there. And so renovating the finishes within those rooms with the added work of adding the restrooms. Some lighter renovation in the hallway since it has the new carpet already on that side, and then it changes to the tile at the end of the hallway. And then on the lower level, renovating those classrooms as well. One of the questions were about if anything could be changed and become capital outlay instead of in the bond. So in red are the items that seem the easiest to break apart or pull off and pay for out of capital outlay over time, if you wanted to do that.
And there's some little items on here like smart boards, marker boards, things like that, that we probably don't need smart boards. We did that, they don't know about our TV grant we have, our smart TV grant, so none of that. We would need some technology updates. I think we could probably budget for with Mr. Lohmeyer. But I would recommend keeping painting and flooring in the classrooms that do not have new carpet because it is extremely old. So there's some classrooms that still do not have new flooring in it. And then we need new furniture. There is an extreme amount of old tables, desks falling apart, old sinks and things in there that need some cupboards and things done. So whether you want to put that in the bond or in capital outlay, I do want to at least extend that as a project that we need to at least consider in some capacity, so.
Now, are there things that we can take from Overbrook over there?
Yeah, but I would say district-wide, we've got a few good pieces of furniture, but like collectively that everything matches and is cohesive and is gonna last a long time. We've got a lot of old cheap things and kind of hodgepodge stuff, so I'd like to at least try to get some consistency where Carbondale has all the types of same desks and chairs and things that fit the grade levels appropriately. So then when we are cycling things out, we can kind of keep things looking the same versus, because it's pretty hodgepodge right now. So, but those are considerations that don't necessarily have to be in here either, if you want to put those in other budgets.
Are the items in red
Yep.
part of the total at the bottom?
Yes.
So those could come out,
Yeah.
okay.
Those are all included.
What, I don't see anything, there's a number here for parking and site improvements, but we're not adding any buildings, so what site improvements would we be doing?
There was some sidewalk, redoing striping, and then patching some of the pavement on the sidewalk across the street.
Okay, do we have a square footage, because that's all pretty new pavement up there, isn't it?
Is this out front here?
Yeah.
We've done some like the stairs got redone here. I mean, there's still a lot we haven't touched in a while though.
Is this number accurate, or do we know?
The 152,
Mhm.
yeah, that was based off of,
Is that the entire asphalt parking lot right there up front?
it wasn't all of it, it was just the striping, and then we had some sidewalk on,
All the concrete along that edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we aren't adding any parking there then, right?
right.
Okay, just, I thought that's what Tammy said.
Yeah, that would also be one you could do in red, like we could make that one red and do that out of capital outlay.
Yeah, I think all of that was in our facilities assessment as future
Yeah, I know we've done a lot of them.
updates over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and there's concrete work all over the district is in that facilities assessment.
So I wanted to ask about the playground improvements. So I know we kind of talked about maybe moving like the playground stuff like from here and Overbrook or what have you over. Like, is that this number we're looking at? Is this all brand new stuff? Is this updating the grounds or what exactly is that?
So this is more of an allowance, we haven't looked at which piece we would move over, if we can move pieces over. And typically for playgrounds, we've done quite a few recently, and for a new playground, it would be about this cost. So that's something you could certainly scale back on if you
Okay.
wanted to, but to
And I
get
will
it,
say, I was there when they put in a lot of the new playground equipment at ours, and it is like dug down deep, concreted in.
Yeah.
damage, it might be hard to.
Yeah,
And just for, like, with the community, I just have a hard time trying to take that away.
I know, I thought
Well-
about that too.
I
Yeah,
would really like to
yeah.
be able to leave that for the kids, just cause they just have such limited play area there.
I didn't think about that at Overbrook, I don't.
Yeah, to move it, you have to get like the same person that installs it, because they carry that liability with
Yeah.
it too, that becomes an expense with it.
In the scheme of this project, that's
Right.
not really that much.
Well, not when we're talking
Especially
about,
safety,
yeah,
kids.
Yeah.
Now, this cafeteria, it says renovation, that where it says cafeteria expansion, that's actually adding area into the old library.
oh, that's pretty, okay.
So it's making the cafeteria bigger.
So like, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was over there eating lunch and kind of snooped around the kitchen. We're gonna do a pretty good renovation of that kitchen.
Yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
need some more space in there, yeah,
I'm just saying it, they could use it,
yeah, they can all use it.
like start over.
That's
Mike's smiling.
Well, I was just gonna ask about the safe room. I thought we had a safe room at Carbondale. We don't have one over there?
There's one downstairs,
There's one, but it's
it's makeshift.
Oh, it's not a good one?
It's not.
Oh, okay. No, I was just curious. And I thought too, do we
I'm
need
the
more,
one
do
that
we
asked
need one
for this.
downstairs as well?
I'm the one
Or on
that
the
asked
other
for
end,
the
I mean?
renovation of the safe room based on my experiences in our building with our safe room and then seeing the safe room at their building.
Yeah, they have a better one at Overbrook.
Right.
The high school has a better one.
I hate to say it, one is girls,
No.
enough. I hate to.
It really depends on the year and the kids. Like,
Yeah.
this year I haven't had to use it at all, but sometimes we have to use it more often than,
Right.
yeah. I think one would be sufficient, cause we usually just plan around that student who might need that, and then we make adjustments in the building.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's right here.
Super small, like, I mean, not super small, but.
Right, I see it, I gotcha, okay.
What do we have on page one?
Did you get the seating, is it? in-
420.
Okay.
Correct, 420 for the Carbondale gym seats 420 by capacity. Thank you for the reminder.
So the finishes for the older classrooms and the renovate the pre-K and K classrooms, were those all bathrooms or was that just bathrooms pre-K and kindergarten?
Just pre-K.
And then the other ones were the finishes in
Yeah.
the,
You said those finishes were like countertops and what did you say?
Oh, I mean,
Just like giving it a facelift a little bit.
yeah,
So back to the gym seating, so our kids had a band concert the other day. It's been a long time since I've been really around the Carbondale school. There's 420 seats, but they're not really 420 seats. Like what would it, what's it look like or what's it cost to do like new bleacher seating? And
Well, the thing about that is,
there's no room.
what are we
Well-
doing there now if we're taking the junior high and the high school away?
well, I know we kind of talked about, if, in case we needed to like do a game there or something, but also I'm kind of just wondering in general.
Band's the biggest in music that I mean, all the basketball's the only sport played there, right? And we don't fill the bleachers usually at basketball.
No, I was gonna say.
But band
even-
nights, it's like it's
Band nights
completely full and then there's chairs and
Okay,
it's-
let's be honest, I'm referring to the high school as well, guys.
I know, I
I know we're talking about Carbondale, but I'm just asking in general, like, do you know, like
That's where I was going with the capacity there when we
Getting
get to
there.
the high school for sure,
yeah,
because
So-
I agree.
cause I know, why did we take the other set of bleachers out of Carbondale?
Where was the other
It
side?
was when
On
they
the other
did,
side,
when
they
they
had
did
it
the
on
The
floor,
side, they kind of shifted it.
when they did the
No room
floor,
on the
they
other
went from,
No, there's not
There were
now.
bleachers over there.
Well, not now, there's not room.
That's
for
what I
anyone.
said, why did they move them, cause they've changed?
well, but I don't remember them moving the basketball goals, is the crazy
I don't
thing.
either, I don't know how.
But there were bleachers on both sides, cause
Yeah.
I remember we used to set up and the kids were like right by those exterior doors.
Yeah, cause I remember the first time I walked in, I was like, what the heck?
There's only enough room on that wall to maybe get like 2 rows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe that's all there was.
we don't need them,
was
I was
a
just
couple,
curious
I
when
don't-
we ever took them out.
I don't have any questions on this.
I don't either.
Yeah, no,
I just
everything
would
else
like
looks
to add,
good
just
here.
for the board members, when you guys go through and talk about capital outlay versus whatnot, I know the renovating finishes in the older classroom is a large cost, but I'd really like to speak to the concept of my teachers and the little kids and having it bright and cheerful and giving that uplift to them when we're looking at the grand scheme of things.
But not purple, yellow, orange.
No, I mean just like, not dark and dreary.
Yeah.
I think we worked really
An
hard to
elementary
make it
feel.
look very bright, not purple and those things, but just to be it.
We have a lot of new windows over there, Lori.
I know.
We got a bunch of sunlight.
Well, it makes me sad, I mean, the rules and stuff that we're moving on.
And before we move, I'm just gonna ask probably every time when we're doing mechanical and all that, this is everything Andy needs. Wiring
technical.
wise and all that stuff too, right?
Technical as well.
I'm
Yeah, I
double
saw
checking
this.
things as we go,
Okay.
if I see something, I'll speak up.
Okay, alright.
I did see in here, did you put what, I thought I saw some.
I mean, my notes right now off of this page was, we could use E-rate to pay for a lot of the network replacement that we would need to do. And then we have almost all the interactive TVs that we would need for this building, just already there, so, the smart boards.
Talking about moving stuff, we don't have anything, when we're going to redo the kitchen, we probably don't have anything left here or at Overbrook that would be moved,
Appliances.
yeah.
I think if we have some newer things that are worthwhile moving, yeah, we can move them absolutely.
Look
Yeah,
at
we've
that
got a
and
couple
maybe
of
trim the
ovens.
cost possibly.
Yeah, yeah, there's some things we could take and other things I would say we replace, so.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, that was good. Did you get any computer? You need to do that.
Yeah. Reduce the file size. Wow. What do you have for the sheet? Sharing costs.
I've been in my world here.
I do have a check record.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That's all I have to do.
I know, he just literally, he literally has to walk in my office.
He
And
gave
then
me
it
a
works.
stare down.
That's
He-
weird.
He just has to be close to
You just
it.
have to walk by it, okay.
Some people have that gift. I apparently should wish for something else with my birthday candle. All right, so at the high school, we have the athletic storage shown here as an addition. This has the band room option on the dome, expanding the band room. It has a new entrance along the front, including the sixth grade classrooms, office area. We have some sped classrooms then on the inside, so renovating that front wing of the triangle classrooms into a hallway and then regular sized classrooms. The library moves to be the center of the school and becomes more of the middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade classrooms. The science classrooms getting new flooring and exhaust in there. Renovations to the kitchen. This is showing full renovation of the kitchen and then expanding the serving out to the lunchroom area with new fridge and freezer outside. And then a link along the side of the gym down to the CET shop, classrooms, locker rooms, and this is showing the larger pen. The last one. downstairs, it has, what was the shop then can become 4 classrooms.
So if you get on the next pages, I think you can see a little bit more detail with each piece of all of
We
this.
appreciate all the questions. It was a lot of fun diving into more detail of all of this for you all. Now it's gonna take us again. So
Did-
this one has, oh, sorry, go
No,
ahead.
you're okay, go ahead.
This one has the price sheet on the side for the high school and showing the classroom sizes and then the shop. So in this plan, this can still change, this is just one option of having a hallway. The stairs would be connected to the lower level, to larger classrooms that then open up to a shop area that would have overhead doors and a taller volume of space. And then there's some locker rooms down here for the middle school and auxiliary gym.
Was the septic, the lagoons we have now plenty for adding in the 3 grades, or was that?
Yeah, based off of the capacity of what it was built for, and now it's not an increase of number of
The whole
students.
What-
This plan doesn't show it, but it also has, in the previous plan, this reworking that bus loop and expanding the parking.
And that would be out front, so to the
Yeah.
north? Okay.
Yep, on the north side.
We get a lot out of there.
So would it be more economical for a band room to build like a tunnel coming off of the band room into like a rectangular instead of trying to build off one of the domes? I mean, I just thought about,
Like another breezeway off of
yeah,
it.
just do a breezeway out of the band room to like a,
Right to it, you're then utilizing that existing square footage that you already have.
yeah.
So you
New
lose
construction
that.
is minimized a little bit.
But would it be a better idea?
Would it?
anyway?
My concern is building a square off, or whatever the shape that looks like.
It's a new shape.
It's
Where's
a,
Mr. Hope?
It's a pentagon, actually, that's 5 sides.
okay, we'll call it that,
We'll call it that.
off of the
It's
circle.
The circle.
You know, and not
Half the
compromising
band
the
room.
structure of the dome.
Yeah.
Just different roof heights and it just,
It just,
Like,
lots of
whenever
concerns with
you
that.
do an auditorium, if you look at the shape of the auditorium on the inside, or you do a music room, you don't want parallel walls, you want them to be at angles.
Mhm.
You have helps with the reverberation and not having that bounce back and forth. So in terms of the space that's created by doing this, it's not,
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that, I'm concerned about
Adding on to it.
the
Compromising.
dome, the compromising the dome and the structure of the dome.
Yeah, like all the issues with the roof and
Well, all the issues with the dome.
all
I guess that's-
the dome's a
so this section is trying to show that concept, like, we would be below the dome roof connection point and have it go flat and then come up and then build the new addition. So to not impact the integrity of that wall to roof
So you're
structure point.
always building it separate in
Yeah.
a sense.
But keeping the same
But
square
keeping the
footage on the
same.
inside.
And so then we would have a point where we can have some roof drains and collect that water that's coming off of it, but still get that higher volume that you want for a music room.
Did we talk to McKinsey about the addition versus the basement
Yes.
band? Which direction did she?
We had a long conversation about that. Definitely prefer the addition versus the basement, looking at spacing and numbers. 2035, if our projections remain the same in terms of enrollment and band participation, that's the first time that it drops below 100 kids. So the projections of the basement room only needing 104 seats, we're gonna be out of space for potentially 10 years as enrollment stands currently. So, and then talking about the acoustics, the walls down there and the amount of work that would have to be done, that'd be pretty extreme. Plus, kids don't like carrying bass drums and tubas up and down the stairs for marching band.
Yeah, we've been doing some, yeah.
To be honest, I feel like I'm,
Tearing the domes and-
do you guys have any other suggestions other than this little, this option on the basement?
Yeah,
So like building off of where
Yeah.
the fax room is back there, or,
Yeah.
something like that that's
Yeah,
not far
Take the
from there,
athletic
but.
storage closer to the
I
dome.
mean, I just wondered
Make
if
it
somebody,
practice.
yeah, or is this
Yeah.
best?
Make
I
it
mean, I
twice as
understand the
big.
basement is too.
I think that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being funny, cause then you
That's,
just make
that's,
that, because
that's
you're putting it right on
talked
top
about,
where the
wasn't it?
concrete is.
Sorry.
So if you,
Putting a building up for athletic storage and
so-
like,
Oh,
I mean,
I'm putting this whole separate building up.
didn't we just pour a whole bunch of concrete right by where we're saying we're gonna put the athletic storage?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like we just redid a whole bunch of concrete there. So what if you put that closer to the water tower and just put a little breezeway and made that athletic storage a little bigger?
And made a
Then you can make a
onto
band
it.
room, athletic storage.
What is that square footage?
66 by
well, it's
30.
30 by 66, so it's a little over 18, it's 1,900 square feet. And we're trying to add how much for band,
Well, we're adding, so you don't need.
adding, but you need, what do you say, we need 3,500 or something for band total? So you're gonna have to triple that.
So, okay, can we talk about that for just a slight second? So the stage that we currently fit all of our band students on is 1,560 square feet. So we fit all of our band students on a stage of 1,560 square feet, but we, and I understand we're going by industry standards, think that we need a room that is more than double what we currently are able to fit people on.
I wondered that too when we got that stage number, I was confused.
And I understand we're going by, but we don't have to go by industry standards. I just wanted to point that out, that our, you know, I talked to Faith, I was like, well, what about the current wrestling room? It's 3,164 square feet. And that's about the same square footage as the other. I mean, there's other options, in my opinion, where we wouldn't compromise the structure of the dome, perhaps. I just don't know that we need that much square footage now that we're looking at that, and we know the actual square footage of the stage.
Well, even when they're all up on a stage, it is.
And I think we went
I don't know
bigger
if you've
because
been
we
to a
had
band
it
concert,
smaller
it's-
and we didn't like the size we first brought in, which was half that blue size,
Yeah, we
right?
were just doubling what was
So we
there.
doubled that, so
And they're practicing and performing on the stage, so there's no other
storage
storage.
and office.
Right, so we would
Yes.
definitely need storage, I'm not gonna dispute that, but
You're pretty well shoulder to shoulder on that stage too.
even if you add the current band room
I
plus
mean,
the
it's tight.
stage, which the current band room is pretty much being used for storage now, right?
Mhm.
So if you add those two together, that's still it's one.
Yeah. Let me ask you this,
It's a lot.
could you add them together and I don't know, remodel that so it's.
The band and the stage or
Yeah.
the stage.
What's the harm in them practicing on the stage? What's the concern with that, Kyle?
Say again, please.
What's the harm in them practicing on the stage? It's just not,
Well, when they're doing plays and stuff, right? Isn't that what you?
well, they,
Like say with the, being a multi-use area, I mean, they're on the stage all the time, but then they're having to move things off every single day, so they're losing practice time, bringing their seats out, bringing the stands out, bringing their instruments out, and then they gotta take it down when we've got musical or play
I
or
gotcha.
any other event or activity going on, so it really does cut into the class.
I gotcha, okay. That was what I wasn't sure what the,
That's a good question though, I mean,
I see what you're saying, but
Yeah.
now that he says that,
mhm.
I still feel like
it's our largest class.
our band,
No, I,
So
a third of that student body does that, I feel like we need a facility for it.
totally agree, I just don't,
Yeah.
yeah,
In
I
your
don't know that we
opinion,
need as
do you
big
feel
as we
like we
think we
need
need.
this 3,000
I mean, I think if you had what you have now and it was twice as big, you would be happy with that.
plenty huge.
Yeah, yeah.
And we wouldn't feel like we underestimated like our fear was with the last project that happened and we got this small band room.
Yeah.
We would definitely
What you
have
have is small.
what we wanted, size wise.
It helped me put things into perspective to know that our whole band fits on 1,560 square feet
Yeah.
stage.
To sit there with chairs and their own instruments.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
very comfortably, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not. I don't even know.
Did Mackenzie talk about the stage use at all?
A lot of the same issues with storage and getting instruments in and out. There's sometimes, especially with percussion, if they have specific instruments, they have to wheel some off and bring others in so they do have space for performances. And so they'll
So not
slide
all the
things to the back
percussion's
rooms
fit up there,
or,
fit up
yeah.
there, yeah.
How big is the actual band room now? What's the square footage on it?
1,300, just over 1,300, 1,315,
And the stage is less than that?
15,
Oh,
1,560.
Which, I mean, I know, I've seen the band room, it's awful, and I know they don't fit in there. Is it just because of the shape? Like, what is the?
That's a big factor into it, and then the storage of all the other stuff. So when you
Yeah.
walk in there, you see instrument cases all over because there's no storage for it.
Yeah,
Stuff on the
So
walls,
that eats up
cabinets.
loads of space in there.
But I'm saying together, you know, for like what, 2,900 square feet for the band that we use as storage plus the stage. If we had a square footage that already exists in the building,
You say like how much was the wrestling? Sorry, I didn't write it down.
3,164.
They're looking at a total of 3,680 with this proposed, with what we have.
The problem is we can't leave it out, so it's really, even though they can perform or they can practice it there, then they have to move everything and stuff, because it's not as secure.
When have we had extra storage out at the high school?
Really,
Yeah.
I mean, we have,
Right.
we might have some extra sheds.
Shed.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, Kylie, and I mean, like,
So our current space in total where the band practices, including the band room, which we use for storage, plus the stage is 2,875 square feet. Okay, the current wrestling room is 3,164 square feet.
We are gonna have more instruments too, because we'll have 6th and 7th grade out there as well, so storage will, that space will be more, we'll need more than what we have now.
Now, or do we currently store the junior high stuff? Because my daughter's been told she has to bring it
I think
home
just
every
the
day.
junior high, I
I
think.
mean, there's stuff in the Carbondale one,
I think just the
there's
junior
quite a
high
few
stored
instruments
there.
still in there in the shelves.
yeah, no,
The
it's bringing
fifth
some
and-
too.
Fifth
Yeah.
and, fifth and sixth
Right,
have
they're
to-
not
Every
storing
single
my
day.
kids.
So just the fifth and sixth have to take them home when you get to seventh and eighth.
Well, I mean, they have an inventory too, and, so I don't know what's all on the walls in there, but
So
I think there's
younger
quite a bit.
side.
The stuff, the bigger stuff they are taking.
yeah. I mean, are they bringing the tubas home every day and the, probably not.
Trombones, yeah, I mean,
Trombones.
my little,
Once they get to 7th and 8th grade, they can just come
Okay.
What are you thinking with the wrestling room?
See, they got, the way they have that.
well, I was
figured out is
thinking,
they
can
have
the
that-
wrestling
they have
room
storage,
be
they have
for,
storage.
Can we switch those?
can we make that
The
the
band room.
band room? That's
For
what
the
I'm
band
saying.
practice and the storage, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
But then you have to build a
And
wrestling
then
room.
build a new wrestling room, is that what
Yeah.
you're suggesting?
That's a pretty
Because-
significant cost though.
Is it
Well,
though? Because
it's not.
If we
there's
take
already,
this off
because
of
then you
there,
take the band edition
there's
off.
already a concept for that. I
From
mean,
what from what I see, it's 1.9.
But you're taking the band edition option off,
Well, that's,
okay?
that is off.
Would the layout of the current wrestling room, the shape of that work?
right, that's the only thing.
Well, it's not a square, right? They said
It's not.
acoustically, and it's about the same shape as a stage.
I mean, it would need the sounding, soundproofing, whatever, cause there is a big gap there too, so that would need fixed. I don't know how much that would cost, but
Wrestling room works for wrestling or band.
It may not, it may not.
I just don't think, when you've been in there, like,
Mhm.
as you get
It's-
to the edges, how are you gonna teach those students on each side?
Mhm.
Same with coaching.
But if you
on
look,
each
Well, there's
side.
a
if you look
storage.
if you look at
Make the ends
the way
the
this is
storage.
shaped, it's shaped the same way.
But if you look back here, the way they have their seating lined out, they have their seating like this, and their storage room off to the side, to me, they can use that a
Yeah, but
little
if you're
bit
thinking
better
of like a stage though.
than the rest of
Mr.
it.
Malone,
No, that's
do you have any thoughts about advisement on using a space that looks like that?
The wrestling space looks to me to be longer than
It is long.
and not as deep.
It's
So that would be my concern with my background with this, is like, there's just no depth.
Yeah, there
I haven't-
isn't any depth.
30 feet this way and
Yeah,
30 feet
yeah.
that way.
Right, but that's why I had said I had asked Faith about
Moving the wall.
moving that wall. Because to me, it looks like without those extra goals, you could almost put a whole other set of bleachers in there. But if you moved that wall, if we were just moving a wall instead of building a whole new structure, the cost would be significantly less.
So since you sent that question, what I did was work some math on just square foot and cost. And there was 1.4 that was budgeted for the band addition and band renovation. So if we took that off and instead renovated the wrestling room to renovate that, I have that budgeted at 800,000, and then it's 1.9 for the wrestling room. So it's an add of 1.2 million to the new wrestling room instead of the band addition.
I guess that's my question on building a rectangular. I understand its shapes, but I'm sure you could do something with acoustics there. But if we're getting 4,200 square foot for 1.9, how much are we getting for the 1.4 for the band room? Is it 2,600? I mean, I feel like we're getting half the square footage for.
500,000 less.
Yeah, for.
Yeah.
Is it
So,
because of how weird?
It's
I was
all
gonna say
the
the
acoustics,
structure, how it
like
is.
what
But
like you can wrestle in
Kinda
the space
specialized.
you have, you can wrestle like in a pre-engineered building, but to do wrestling or to do a band room in a pre-engineered building, like that's not great for acoustics. So because of all of the AV and the acoustics, it costs more to build a band room than it does the wrestling.
Carbon dioxide now.
What if we move bands to the old district office?
Buy less.
No, it's right there in front of the high school.
Oh.
Yeah,
the old annex, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, what are the questions about band? Keep asking, I know this is a big one. I know this seems to be a big priority that we wanna get right.
I mean, I think that's really it. Is there any other options? I mean, is it this or, I mean, is it literally this or the basement? Is that our only?
I mean, there's options, it's just how much you wanna pay for it.
What are they? What, like, you know, what are the other options?
So if you wanted to build it all new, do you want to build it to
What's the
the
best of what?
standard size or are we changing the size?
I don't either.
Are we
I don't like
reducing the size?
it though.
Okay, so
When you say standard size,
Build
you
onto a
mean
dome.
like it will fit
No,
our
that's
kids
what
that we
that's
have.
exactly where I'm at.
We're gonna find issues, it's gonna create issues with water.
100%
So do you wanna take off the table then this dome option? If we don't like that, then let's just take that off the table and ask them to get us a different.
I don't like that option. It worries me in so many ways.
I'm a little afraid of
Is
tearing
this
into
the
the
water
domes,
tower?
to be honest with you. I'm a little afraid of tearing into the domes. I've already been built.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can cut that much of a section out. I really believe we're gonna have major troubles with it.
We already have major floors.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I know there's a way they can figure out a way to fix it. Anything can be fixed, right? But
Well, I feel like what Justin said though too, I mean, that kind of makes sense. If you move the athletic storage, instead of like on the side, could you move it more
If we-
behind?
If we move band somewhere completely different, doesn't even matter for now, somewhere different, the existing band room would surely be used with the choir and the musical and the play and all that. They could use it.
Oh,
to
the play and the musical would love
They've
to have that.
already got plans for it, so if we
Oh,
want to
yeah,
plan B here, if it's another addition, whatever, right?
Mhm.
Whatever that is.
Okay.
We're probably not losing space, and I would agree with everybody else, tearing into the dome seems like a bad idea.
Just
Seems to be,
I think, and so that's where the band is located, we need to plan to know what the cost is to have that. But the addition and exactly how far it comes out, that can all still change during design. That doesn't impact the bond question. So, there's the proportions of this addition of like where the CT is shown and everything, that can
Be bigger as well.
flatten out and
So I can put an
expand
X
out
on
and we
this band
can,
addition by the dome right now.
yep,
Yep.
and then we can just put the band room over there.
Alright, so we're gonna put band room somewhere else, but that being said,
do we want it near
when they do
the
their
stage
performances,
though?
how far do they
Yeah, I
have?
think
You
we
just
would.
mentioned carrying
Up and
drums
downstairs is the
around.
biggest issue
But I
because
mean,
the
how
doorways
far
are
away do
narrow.
we want it even?
So Justin mentioned the breezeway.
Where
Do
that,
they need
well,
to be near the stage? I mean, they can't practice in the band room if we make it big enough for them to practice in, like, why do they need to go to the stage?
For performances.
Performances.
But that's, you're
And they
talking
do it,
about
what,
once or
twice a
twice a
year?
year.
They go
Okay.
to they go out to the football field more than they go in there.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
You're
they
close to the
practice
football
for competitions and performances on the stage when they're gonna use it or they're using it. I mean, right? But maybe they
And
won't
during
need to,
this
but
time
will
of
you not
year-
need to use the stage for performance practice if you just have a
You would
band?
still wanna perform, because things sound different in an auditorium,
Sure.
they're gonna sound
Yeah.
different in an auditorium than they do here. So, I don't know how long McKenzie does, but if the stage wasn't being used, I would want my band in there for probably about a week before the concert.
And that's fine,
Yeah.
but that's not very long as far as, I mean,
No.
they're practicing out on the football field every single morning, you know,
Right.
during
But
the
if you-
first
So
month
out
of
to the-
school at least.
out to the west of that dome, there's a door.
Yeah, I'm
going
just
back to
wondering
the
if, yeah, if we
stage,
can
right?
make it
There's a
close enough to the
softball-
stage.
There's a softball.
So yeah, like between
thing
the,
right
Yeah,
there.
like back here.
Build a big storage, but my
Let me
question
see.
is it cheaper to build,
Back in
like
here.
you're building a 66 by 30, than you're building
I was
a,
thinking like,
Where were you thinking?
I was thinking
Oh, over there.
Seven.
like
One
right
lining,
in
why not
here
just
where
go
you just
big
If you
did a.
consolidate your construction, like that's gonna be the best bang for your buck.
What you have is, on here where you have the wrestling edition,
Consolidation.
on your page what the wrestling edition is,
Mhm.
you follow me there? What if you still built that building like that, shifted the CTE and the locker rooms clear to the east and flip-flopped and put the wrestling and band area?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just
way away from the
flip-flop that.
stage.
Hmm?
Now you're way
Yeah,
away
but
from
where
the
else you gonna
stage.
push it?
well, that's, so I was trying to say is,
You
if you
follow
look
what I'm saying,
outside of the
right?
stage doors, right, if you had a breezeway
Okay, so
coming
if
out of the
you
west,
If you took this and put it right here.
You're just gonna have to talk louder.
And athletic storage
I'm over
together.
Just a little
yeah, that's, I guess that's my whole point, why would you build three 20 by 30s or 60 by 30s? Build a freaking 120 by 100.
Yeah,
And then
build one
order
giant
something.
building.
It's a bigger bang for your bucks.
Okay, so what Justin's saying, but everyone keeps interrupting him, is basically back here. Build your breezeway from this dome out here, take your storage room, your Nor Athletic storage and the band room, all one giant building, rather than building a building here and a building here and a building here. Why can't you build
As
one
long as it's.
giant building and make it multiple things?
I need to look, we need to make sure, we got a lot of water out here.
Boom, you're welcome.
I mean,
Is there a problem?
No, I get it.
We've got a
I
water
think
tower,
that's-
we've got a.
no, you're going west, not south.
Well, yeah,
So
not-
you're going west where the softball field is, where your
Yeah.
batting cages
Yeah,
are.
that is what-
You can move your batting cages to the south, you got all the room to the west you want, you're right by the band practice area.
You're talking
So
about
straight
like
to the
right
west.
Straight, yeah, straight, so that stage door that goes out back to the west.
Yeah.
Just build a little breezeway there,
Place more trees down.
and then you have, and I guess my thing is why, we already talked about how many storage facilities we have, right? So why are we building a 30 by 60, then we're gonna build a wrestling room that's a 70 by whatever, and then we're gonna build this, why not build a freaking giant building?
That's what he
You can
was just
section
saying.
it off, and, but you would be coming right out of the stage area, instead of putting it where the parking's gonna be and over an existing deal going downstairs to the old shop area, you just build it to the west and you got fields there. There's
If we do it to the west, does that make it to where we need to add a bathroom now? That would be my only thought,
Probably.
if we're getting far enough away, whereas,
I gotcha, because there's no bathrooms in this gym, right?
There's bathrooms in the auditorium.
if they can use those, okay.
I mean, I would, if you're just as close, you're adding bathrooms there, I guess, at the CTE spot, so you might need
I
them.
would say we need the bathroom out there. If we're gonna put band, CTE and wrestling all out there, right?
The locker rooms,
But you're moving the locker rooms a lot farther away from.
I
Moving
would-
all that out there,
I don't know if
yeah,
I was
you
gonna
need a
move
bathroom.
CTE and band, I mean, I was talking more
Athletic storage.
The athletic storage, the band, and then the wrestling.
It'd be cheaper to put them all in the same block of addition though,
and like,
instead of having two additions.
Why would we move wrestling then, if we have the wrestling room now, is that gonna become something else? Like our current wrestling room,
Good
this
question.
was to explore that if the wrestling became the band room.
if it became the band room?
Yeah, so you don't even need the
Or it
wrestling.
was- wouldn't need to be in the
Yeah, so we don't need wrestling.
You need
Okay.
So the rest of it can this way.
Put the
So it
batting
would be
cages
athletic
inside.
storage, band, and band.
Well, their batting cages are already inside there in this
All right,
gym, yeah.
okay, so never mind.
Fundraiser.
So
So you're leaning towards the band room and athletic combining rather than the band room going with this CTE?
I was just trying to build less buildings. I don't know that I have a strong preference. I just don't wanna put 3 different
I don't
big
either.
blocks
Did you
here.
see what he was saying?
Do we have room to the east? Is that what you were saying?
You have room here
You have
still
room all
between.
through from the dome, you have room from the dome clear to the road.
Tanner, will you
off of that
point it
side.
out on this one? That might be easier.
I was saying if you, okay, so the one, they have another gym here for wrestling, right?
Mhm.
So if you just built your building from here, clear out to here, took this gym, moved it to here, moved all the CTE down, you could have
Mhm.
wrestling and band right there. Does that make sense? And that would get that would get the band closer to the stage, and it would push CT out, which wouldn't
We
matter.
don't need wrestling,
We don't need
sorry, I mean wrestling. We don't need wrestling if we're
We're not
leaving
gonna-
wrestling where it's at.
We're not gonna take
If
that
we leave
and
wrestling where it's
something
at, then it
else.
doesn't matter, but if
Yeah.
we are adding wrestling, that's a way we could flip flop that, but since we're already doing an addition here, we would save, I believe we would save some money than doing another addition clear out to the west. I would think,
Are you talking just adding like band there?
just,
Adding band in a CTE place.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
add band to there, remove, shift all of this. And then add band.
But you're
I mean,
still putting-
either way though, we're still adding here and there because we gotta build athletic storage.
That's
So we're
athletics.
still building 2 structures.
This could be more cost-effective storage construction type, like this could be a
that could be a metal building.
metal building. Yeah,
Right.
It's cheap and easy, like this, you have
I don't
to,
think it says it's cheap and easy though. I think it says it's almost 500,000.
Compared to everything else
Compared to
though.
everything else, millions of dollars.
But yeah, it's a lot of money.
You know, the other nice thing about moving your band room down there, as much as I'd hate to lose access to the stage, easy access as a band director, you are a lot closer to your 5th or your 6th, 7th, 8th grade. when you come
Yeah.
out of band.
It's true. I feel like that would be, I would like that better than that off the dome.
so. Just,
Given
you can, we could show it one or the
It's
other,
fine,
if it
wrestling
changed
gym
during
is a
design, that,
Conversation.
It's
you're,
fine.
that's
We're
fine,
talking
you're still
about the band
within
in here right now.
the bond scope.
If we add wrestling, it would be the same.
Mhm.
side.
So, okay, so I kind of have a question as far as Tanner, so you're talking, if we move the band room, like, say where you're staying, right, like, as of right now, that's where, isn't that where the kids come out from the locker rooms? Like the boys and
Mhm.
girls, the
Yeah.
back room, and then there's
On that
also
side.
that back entrance to the dome
Mhm.
gym. So would that be in the way of those? We'd have to build
Well, you'd have
more.
to move this all the way over and then you'd have to.
Slide this down.
So just kinda,
Flush with that.
yeah, just to be more, move these down and this would be band, basically.
You try to just add
I
Okay,
don't-
why no, why
you
is what
guys see
she
another
said, so we
way?
had room here and I
Do you
just
see
was
another way to
thinking,
do that, or is that something?
I think that the best spot is by the CTE. I think that
Okay.
makes a lot of
makes your
sense.
largest construction altogether, that's the students and, that you have there.
And you said adding on construction to existing construction is cheaper
Like
than
where
probably
you're-
this whole addition
Yeah.
over here.
Right.
Okay, and we don't like the dome anyway, so.
I don't.
Yeah.
It just, it does make me a little nervous.
It's not like there's
Okay.
less.
You could, like this, if you had the square footage that we had being renovated, just make the addition larger, so it's not quite the full amount, but it's still double from what you have,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
and you're at the same cost, and we can move it over there and haven't spent any more money. And come up with a better plan.
I think that's a much better plan than adding on to the dome.
I like it.
So band on to
Like it.
CTE, everybody good with that?
Yep.
Band on to CTE?
Yes.
Okay. So slide that down, shift
Where
band.
does that hallway connect to?
Through the storage, and so then we need to rebuild the storage.
That's just, there's a storage room.
That long hallway.
Where the basketball boys go at halftime?
You go into that storage room?
Yeah, is that where the basketball boys go at halftime? To that storage room by the concession?
They like to come out of there before the game
Oh,
starts.
before the game starts, but that's where we would come into, is right there?
That's not a big deal.
Well, no, I just was trying to figure out where we were at, like, as
Yeah,
far
yeah,
as,
yeah.
if that was the same, sorry, yeah, not that that's gonna impact the,
It's
can't do that, Decker said no.
Come on, Justin.
No, I was trying to make sure I was in the right area.
I think this sheet you guys had at the last board meeting, and so with the gyms, if we're ready for that.
I guess one more question, and maybe this is a decision for later. This page 2 or whatever we're on is leaving the existing wrestling and then adding a second wrestling down in the basement, which would be like where the ramp comes down, is that correct?
Well, that's not adding, not
It's
existing.
already there.
That's already there.
That's
So
separate.
we're not changing, with this plan here, we're not doing
Anything
anything
to
for
wrestling.
wrestling at this time, okay, alright, we'll get to that later, right? I'm getting stuck in that.
No, but this plan right here.
We're
not
does
doing
have
anything with wrestling, period.
Anything new to wrestling.
What's that?
We're not
Yeah.
doing anything with wrestling,
We
period.
have an we have a different option later, okay, I'm good,
Okay,
I'm fine.
okay, page 3. Jim.
Okay, so talking about the volleyball courts, for 3A, you need 2 courts. There isn't a seating requirement for Keisha. For 4A, you need 1 court, and it also doesn't have a seating requirement. They have some recommended, but there's no minimum that you have to have for seating. The minimums that they have is for serving, and on the sides you have 6 foot of depth, but 10 foot is preferred, and then the ceiling clearance of 23 feet. So what you have right now with 1 court in the dome and the 2 courts, if you, in the existing
Main gym.
main gym, if you painted a court down the middle, then you would have 2 courts for the 4A.
So we would just have to be able to move the volleyball courts, plug some holes in them.
Yep.
And run
So
it.
you could do that without,
So without adding a gym, we can do what we're wanting to do with a little bit of relation.
Without adding a full-size
Okay.
competition gym.
so if we added an auxiliary gym that was just for 1 volleyball court, then that could give you 3 of them with full clearances, or 4 of them if you have the less clearance around them in the main gym that you currently have. How you have it with 2 there.
But the majority seating will be in the dome and the main gym.
And then what we talked about the last time we were here was making that auxiliary gym bigger so that you could put 2 courts in there, which would give you a total of 5 volleyball courts then.
Which is option 2.
Yes.
So if we went,
Do
We
we
need
need
to
5
remember,
volleyball courts?
well, we need to remember, we're putting the junior high, so we have A, B, maybe C teams there.
Yeah.
Plus our 3, varsity, junior varsity and freshman teams
I mean, for practice.
for practice
Yeah.
or for games. I mean, I doubt that their games are on the same days, but,
We're already playing out here for games at the high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
that's already happening.
Yeah,
We
so
don't have
it's
any problem.
already, that wouldn't have
Yeah.
changed.
It would only change practice.
But I know sometimes though, I mean, yeah, maybe 5, it's maybe not necessary, but I will say, like, I do know that we will have 3 volleyball games going at once.
Mm-hmm.
So if we turn this into 1 volleyball court, then yeah, we're 100% gonna need a 3rd one.
Well, the thing that stinks about that is you're in 3 different spots.
I mean, it's like that at a
It
lot of
is.
schools though, I mean, we are traveling, 1 gym here and then, oh, we play in the other gym, well, which one is that? So you're going around, I mean, it's like that at a lot of
how are you gonna
schools.
practice boys, girls, high school basketball and junior high basketball without another gym? You won't be able to,
I just,
Somebody goes in the morning.
Carbondale.
somebody goes in the morning, so you about need
yeah, no,
one.
we're not doing that, that's terrible.
Oh, we'll
'Cause I was
have
talking to
Carbondale for practice.
Carbondale.
We'll have Carbondale. For
But
practice.
then we're still doing the transportation thing, and I just hate to build something
Yeah.
that's half-assed.
I know, but we do it now with 4 campuses.
I
We
know,
still
and I'd
transport
rather
kids.
not do it, like, I'd rather eliminate
Because
that,
I
if
thought
we're
we're
going
going
to
back
do
to
it, do
you're
it
having
right.
to pick your kids up somewhere else, which we're trying to eliminate.
Is there a way in the gym that we have now that we can have both? We could have it's set up to where it can be full gym for competition, but still 2 for practices, so that way we have more options for
It
more
just gets
squads.
to a lot of lines on the courts, but that happens in a lot of places.
Practices.
And recall, the Dome Gym can set up 2 courts for practices.
Both, yes, so both.
For basketball.
Yeah.
Correct.
Basketball.
One thing to keep in mind with the junior high and high school basketball thing is junior high is only doing we don't do boys and girls at the same time.
They're staggered.
The January, February would be the busiest when there's boys and girls high school. There would be boys junior high, but not girls junior high.
But then you add in wrestling,
Right,
you gotta have a spot
Right.
for wrestling.
Yeah.
right.
The
For
lunchroom.
what?
No,
For
we use the wrestling room
But
and
for
the
what
basement.
wrestling though?
Or
Cause
for junior high wrestling.
Yeah,
junior
we're
high
junior
wrestling
high
is
and
over, junior high wrestling's over
Junior
by
high,
December
yeah.
15th.
Junior high wrestling is
school
also
wrestling?
done before.
Junior high
which is
wrestling.
High school.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still gonna overlap some.
What will be the overlap? Jake?
Junior high. Because
On what?
junior high,
Junior high
Girls,
wrestling.
girls wrestling's a week and a half.
you know, you still need to
Junior
put them
high
somewhere.
wrestling and
though.
junior high basketball.
Junior high girls wrestling and high school wrestling.
When was that?
High school
They
wrestling
do overlap for like a week and a half.
It starts the 17th.
Currently, junior high girls wrestling starts next week and it's done December 19th.
Yes.
So
So
it's
just a
about
couple of
3
days?
weeks, 3 weeks.
I forgot about.
So the overlap is just like 2 days.
It's like 3
But
weeks.
still.
It's 3 weeks.
It's
3 weeks, 3 weeks.
I thought you said we
December
could.
Rolled out math in the
November
comments many
17th
times.
to
Over the night.
December
It
19th.
starts
It's
Well,
just,
you're all talking
Just
at
saying, we
once.
could throw one at a time.
I mean, if we're talking about,
Oh, yeah,
so
Yeah.
I've been a part of
High
it,
school
it
starts
sucks to do
November
that.
17th.
So, I mean, if we're going
December
there, if we're going to
19th.
say for
Yeah,
every
so
other
it's the
sport, every
overlap
other
from-
thing.
Oh, November, December, oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
No, no,
December.
we're gonna fix
I
that
thought
just
you
to
were
build
talking
a
December as
December,
well.
yes.
Actual
Yeah, I
big
know what you're
wrestling room and give the junior high the old wrestling room. That's really the only way to fix that.
There's not an old
But-
wrestling room, it's boys and girls.
I say the old one, the one in the dome, I would
The
call that
dome.
the old one at that point.
Oh, you're
That's-
thinking,
Yeah,
I didn't hear what you said at the beginning, are you talking about building another one?
well, the only way to fix the overlap is to have room for everybody,
Just build a
or
wrestling.
move them out in the, yeah, to build wrestling.
Or right now, you bus kids from Carbondale to Scranton,
Mhm.
you could just bus kids to Carbondale, put the bats at Carbondale.
Yeah.
You'd still have
you'd
to roll
more-
them up though, because you're gonna have 3D and things like that.
All right,
So-
let's
No,
do
no,
this,
no.
what sports are
I
going
know,
on
I'm
right
just-
now? So right now,
I know
currently,
exactly.
we
Yeah,
have
I
high
just don't wanna
school
build a
wrestling.
wrestling
Okay,
gym
so
so
boys
big
are
that
up
we're
here,
building it for
girls are
the
downstairs.
community, not the school,
We have
right? I mean,
School basketball.
junior high boys basketball,
Starting next week.
so they would be in the new Aux gym. Okay, so then we have what? We have high school basketball, boys and girls going on right now?
Boys in one gym, girls in the other.
Okay, so there's that, so that's everything
And then wrestling.
fits except for girls wrestling. Girls junior high wrestling is the only one that doesn't fit. And I mean, do I want to see us throw mats in the
Commons.
commons like we've done before? No, but I mean, if it's for 3 weeks, do we need to build a whole new wrestling room for that?
Well, I don't think we're building it just for that, though.
No.
Wrestling is one of the biggest sports we have.
No, I know, I'm just saying, didn't we just say we already have a wrestling room, so why do we need
Right.
to build a new one?
Because we've outgrown it.
The high school has?
Has the high school outgrown the wrestling room?
I don't know the definitive numbers right now, but it was tight last season,
It's
Yeah.
tight.
very tight, yeah.
And they moved girls downstairs.
And then
so-
girls are downstairs.
Girls are downstairs.
Yeah.
Girls get thrown in a basement
Yeah.
downstairs and
Is that big enough for them down there? How many?
Well, there's
do you
only
have?
7
Do you know
girls
how
right
many
now.
numbers off the
I
top
think
of
our
your
girls wrestling numbers
There's
are going
17
up.
girls.
So
They
we
are,
got
they are going
between
up.
7th and 8th grade this year, we've got about 22 girls.
Well, we started girls, it started by the time my boys was freshmen.
yes, so
They was kinda all
that-
together, I hired an extra coach at the time, and it has grown.
it's
every
one of
They
the
have
largest growing
They have
sports
Yeah.
17, they have
in
17
the United
girls out right
States.
now. In high
Seven,
school.
Oh, they do now?
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, like I say, if you wanna get rid of the overlap and do all that, I guess we'd have to.
Well, no, I just know we said earlier that I didn't think we were messing with it, cause I didn't realize that we were that big now.
It's,
No, I mean, I'm
Seemed
okay
like-
with
we've
it.
been well overgrown that room since the day they moved in, if you want my honest opinion.
It seemed like we had, this was 3 or 4 years ago, it seemed like we had 40-some wrestlers at the time, and the room was built for technically like 34 or something.
Do we know
Does
what
that
the
sound
capacity
right?
is on the current boys wrestling room? Is there capacity on that weird half room?
Not for rest.
Not the wrestling.
You have
3,100
Two mats in there?
square feet.
mat, how many mats?
Oh gosh, so there's
like
two full mats, they're cut,
They're
cut, right, but
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Cut of space, shape of space.
yes.
Most people have a mat and a half or two mats, and they're,
For their wrestling.
yeah.
That's probably why they did that. They figured it fit 2 mats and said that's about the
I
average.
think it's just the shape that doesn't.
Oh, well, the
It
shape
doesn't,
is not.
the help, the
If
shape
it was
doesn't help
2 square
anything,
mats,
because
it
you
would
can't
probably
like just go wrestle in that corner,
You lose space.
you lose a lot
So,
of space.
going back to this, then yes, we do need to build a wrestling room on this. Yeah?
What's the square footage on the one downstairs, do we know?
Yeah, it's 23.
What's the square footage of the athletic storage, and we put that in capital outlay project later and
2,300.
make that wrestling, that square footage.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, I would rather give up the athletic storage and we budget that in capital outlay project to build a climate controlled cheap metal building, not cheap, but a
Right.
more affordable
But
building
see,
for
the
storage.
current,
Mhm.
the current wrestling room in the dome would hold the 17 girls.
Yes,
And if you built an addition that would hold the 50 or 60 boys, whatever, 2 mats,
And then
or
put
whatever
junior
they
high
say, that's typical,
downstairs,
right? If you had the 2 mats worth, and then
junior high girls downstairs.
the junior high girls or junior high boys at the time could go down upstairs to the that would be provided for everybody, right? I mean, it's just a matter of what's in
Discussion about our league
Yeah.
changing that, Austin, for junior high.
It's
Say that
just,
again.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
Amy just asked, so it overlaps, like the junior high boys and girls wrestling season overlaps, and then the junior high, like the opposite overlaps, so if we all are playing volleyball and then roll into, well, I guess that doesn't really affect it, but you roll into, well, does that really affect it?
Cause you're talking junior
Yeah.
high boys and junior high girls?
For junior
No,
high
they
boys
don't
and
overlap.
girls overlap.
Look,
Yeah,
so
they
the,
don't. They're
our
wrestling,
league,
yeah, they
That
don't,
was my
sorry.
so
they're
our
wrestling,
league
don't overlap.
decided,
Sorry.
right, our league decided we were gonna separate boys and girls, that's why it was last year, it was
Yep.
8th grade year, they just separated out, that's why girls basketball is like
Mhm.
19 practices and
I know,
16 games,
right.
and then
Yeah.
boys wrestling is 20 days, and it's
Mhm.
6 tournaments and 14 practices, girls wrestling is 15 days and
Mhm.
4 tournaments and,
Four
yeah,
tournaments.
whatever, right? It's our league that decided that, we went to many tournaments where there were girls already wrestling, and our girls obviously hadn't started yet.
Mhm.
Right,
Right, so
For sure.
the question is our league gonna maintain that, or are they gonna say, you know what, girls are gonna have to either choose or dual sport in junior high?
Mhm.
And then they would have, cause in other words, if we're planning this overlap, maybe you have boys and girls junior high going on at the same time, and then both boys and girls are gonna overlap for a matter of 2-3 weeks with the high school, right? So your number of, if there's 17 girls in junior high, I don't know if that's high school or junior high, but that number could be 40 or 35 or whatever it is. If the junior high, if our league decides to go back, so I just don't wanna say, oh, we're gonna plan on 2,300 square feet for junior high wrestling, now all of a sudden we got 55 kids in that, and
yeah.
40 of those 55 have never wrestled before.
Do you have any idea how many is on the boys wrestling team? About the same as, it's pretty steady.
I don't think it's like drop dramatically.
Right, it's very steady though, right?
High school?
High school boys.
Do you know, Kyle?
No, I don't know the numbers right now.
I just asked Tanner, but he just liked practice.
Well, the other day, how many were there for breakfast?
I mean,
We weren't even on board.
2 mats
That
worth.
was the whole team.
No, I know.
If it's about anywhere you build them, you say 2 mats worth is about the average.
Move
Yeah.
really on space. to
Middle
change
school,
shoes.
it's been like a month and a half, but with adding girls in, 2 mats is what,
2 mats.
pretty standard.
Okay.
And that number,
How big,
If I can find
and
this.
that number is.
We have it at
big.
1.9.
What?
1.9.
how big's the math, they're big, there's only 3 that fit right
42,
down.
8 by 42.
Yeah.
Do the girls, so I know you said we had 17 girls, do they, I mean, as much as I hate to
So-
be in the basement, do they fit comfortably down there, is there enough room for them?
I think 17 girls is
think
tight. Have you been down there? There's like a big
Yeah.
middle and it takes up, it's very,
been a
it's a very
long
cut up
time.
space. It's not like you can say, girls, run laps. I mean,
Field weight
it's,
room.
It's very,
Okay.
You know how long it would
it's doable, I'm not saying it's not doable, it's
I mean,
doable,
and
but
they,
it's.
and they make do with it and it's okay.
He texted Chris real
Well,
quick.
I
He's over
just,
the
my
break.
question was, cause I didn't know if maybe if we could
What?
Chris is at the jamboree.
combine
He just
practice
texted me
like
see
with
how many
girls,
kids we got out.
junior high and high school for that little overlap, you know what I mean? So there's no room, is
Yeah.
what, I mean,
Hopefully I'll
that's what I'm at, so there's no
I think
room
there's
for
quite a
that.
few.
Okay, the question
Yeah,
is,
I wouldn't think
is
that.
we want to spend the 1.9 million to add
Yeah.
the wrestling facility and we're, because I guess my thoughts are is the 17 girls, if that turns into 30, the gym, the one in the dome will still hold 50 girls, right? Because it
Yeah.
is doing 40-some boys now. And then the one in the basement, I mean, is it sufficient for junior high? Everybody has their own space
Will I
that
be
way.
rolling the math here?
If-
No, it's not sufficient, cause they said,
We do
So
it.
we're already
22 wrestlers
rolling
out?
math
We roll math
today
all the
here
time.
at Scranton, and we're busting kids, so I just hate to spend 2 million, or say we're gonna spend 2 million, when we're already busting kids. We're busting every junior high kid, I understand that,
Looks like currently we got 28 boys.
right
On
now.
the wrestling team?
Yeah.
So we have dropped.
Up, down.
I'm not saying I wanna
Well,
bust
it'd be
kids, I'm
easier to
just
bus
saying.
basketball, aren't our numbers smaller there?
I bet that there's more than 28 boys.
Yeah, we're kind of in a
I think that's
basketball
what it's
era.
for.
We got a lot of boys basketball players
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
What
We got
about
a
our,
ton last year too.
Girls is
Talking about
growing
junior
too.
high?
I bet they're into the 20s now. Which is a good problem. I mean,
yeah, it
it's-
is, I want
they
people
can
to be
get-
involved.
absolutely.
And I'm thinking junior high, I'm not thinking high school,
Busing, you mean?
yes. If you're busing for an overlap,
Okay, I have a question. We built a new band room. Will we need all of that area for band storage?
Which area?
Like the band room now? Or are we gonna give that to choir or to play and all that?
I think you could use.
I think
Wrestling.
it maybe.
That's what I was wondering.
I think it'll be a multi-functional storage.
Multi-purpose.
we're gonna get
I
one
think we
coach
should
per
save up the
wrestling room, and
$5,
every coach
but-
gets a
Yeah, that's
500
fine.
square.
Just because the way it's
I
kind of
don't think they'd be able to wrestle in there, it's
But also
a
don't
small,
like
weird room.
It's a strange shape, but it's got an office in there and I mean, throw them in there.
But that wrestling room in the basement's not ideal either, like you said.
No,
It's-
I just-
it's a weird room.
I'm gonna be honest, and I know that I'm probably biased because I am big into the wrestling community, but the wrestlers have always got the shaft. They always have.
It's
you
like,
know,
let's throw them
let's
here,
throw them
let's throw
here,
them
let's get-
there.
You get a full,
Yes, you
because
get-
you don't need a full gym, you can practice anywhere, right? And so that's how it feels, is that, you know, where can we squeeze them in at, and it just kinda sucks, cause it is a large program.
I think when they built the wrestling room in the dome, they actually thought they was doing the right thing. They just,
Absolutely they did, and it was better than what they
yeah,
had.
they just didn't do
Yeah.
anything really that great.
It's just
Any
it's
of-
such a
any of
bad
the domes.
shape for,
Yeah.
because it does, it cuts it off like.
And the
where you
space in the
can actually-
basement isn't bad space, it's just not developed space. Like, we could put walls and a ceiling and some heating and make it look like a real space. Right now, it looks like concrete walls and a slab, and so it doesn't
It
feel
does.
like a good place. But I think if you put some finishing touches on it, it could be a wrestling looking room. I think part of it is just this unfinished basement, like you're in
Well,
the basement.
There's a lot of conditioning in wrestling, and that really is not a very big space to do any conditioning. I mean, outside of live wrestling, but
Okay, well,
There's a big pole in the middle of the mats.
How big is the current weight room,
So I went into that.
Kylie?
That probably was the
That
wrestling
was
room
gonna,
one
what was
time
the
too.
band room? when
there's
you
a band
said
room
that
one
was-
time.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
now-
what's the
yeah,
band
I have
choir?
that somewhere, hang on.
Yeah, whenever,
It's, where is it?
wasn't that 2,500 or something?
2762.
What is it, yeah?
So if we moved, say, girls wrestling to the weight room and moved the weight room back to that room that was originally the weight room back in our day, what would that look like?
It's 400 square feet, you're probably moving a lot of stuff and messing with a lot of stuff for 400 square feet.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That 48 by 91 is what it takes to get 2 mats.
And some space around.
And I see,
the
yeah,
edges.
there's a little extra space.
That 48 2 foot square is what you need for that.
And is that page? Oh, I see it.
Enlarge
I see it.
Fund
Enlarged
A.
page. I see it, okay.
Addition, yeah, concept. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm good with building on the wrestling room too. It's just a lot of money.
So if we do that extra wrestling room, but keep everything else as is, we still have the wrestling space in the dome, the wrestling space in the basement, the new wrestling space, the band room is added to CTE. All the new space then is going over there by the CTE.
What was the last part?
All the new stuff, so CTE, band, wrestling is all going over there on that new construction of the auxiliary.
that-
And there's no way to make like option 2 on the volleyball court options, like to make that auxiliary gym big enough to add a wrestling mat. I don't know, because they keep hitting them up and down.
What if we
They're
built like
doing
a
that for junior high
2-story
anyway.
gym? I mean, that's probably a lot of money though.
They're putting up mats every day for junior high
You
wrestling.
know, has to be out like the.
It's not
Upper
ideal, I
level,
don't like it, I just, do we need an extra 4,300 square foot for wrestling? Or if we use 4,300 for a wrestling room, what can we do in the other 2 rooms that we're not
Well, here's
underutilized?
the thing, if we build a facility of that size, what's it take to set it up so we can slide batting cages in it in the springtime? So when wrestling's over, it's.
Batting
But we
cages are
have
already in the dome gym.
We have tons of batting, right? We have
They're in the-
several, 4?
We do?
They're in the gym, the dome gym.
They're in the dome gym.
Yeah.
Never mind, I was just thinking of a way to do it.
Yeah.
first.
Oh,
But if
absolutely.
we
It's
built,
only used for 1 season.
if we built this giant one though, right? So this could do high school boys and girls in the same room, right?
No,
They wouldn't both be able to
No.
fit in that one new wrestling
You're
room?
at 3,164 for the boys and 2,300 for the girls right
which
now.
it's hard to say because the spaces, neither of the spaces are
Neither are
ideal.
square,
Right,
yeah.
so it is hard to say, but it seems unlikely, I don't know.
So if we build on a whole new wrestling room, we're building it for boys high school wrestling.
Unless the girls outgrow them.
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
Unless
the
it's
ones
out
that-
I mean, they're pretty close right now, they're getting there.
How many
Girls have
junior
how many?
high did you say, Austin?
17.
17 girls, 28 boys.
In junior high,
High school.
High school,
we're at 22.
17 girls.
we have 22 girls in junior high?
I think there's
Right now.
22, yeah.
How many
That's just
boys
2
did you
grades
have?
though. Boys, we had 18.
So we're building a new wrestling room for the girls, I like it. Let's do
Maybe
it.
less next year.
What's that?
Maybe less next year.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe we have
Maybe.
spaces that technically.
Probably right.
have
Keep in mind-
space for 2 mats.
Enrollment numbers at the time and those percentages, but it may not drop that much though.
I don't know, we've just talked about we wanna do this right, and so I guess that's where
But
I'm at,
still,
we had a
I mean,
big thing about talking about getting this right and wanting to do it right, so.
And it could be used for, in the springtime when it's rainy, the track could go in there and stretch, and, I mean,
Baseball.
Kyle, you'll find a way to use it right.
9,700 square feet.
Okay,
I
I
have a
would
question.
say
9,700
this just
square feet.
because Kylie, how many,
wrestling
because it is Monday,
Well, with all
Wednesday,
3 of them.
Thursday, how many
Oh,
kids do
yeah.
trophies
So
have?
do we need,
Because
I
it would be
mean, I
used
get
for
we
that
can
too.
use it.
Right,
throw hands on
they're not
the
wanting
grown
to
ups.
consider.
They're not running,
Okay,
they're not
alright,
able
sorry.
to do that.
Got
But
it.
yes, that is 100%.
There's over
That's
100.
okay.
That's
Okay.
100% of kids in our community that have to go to our school, but that's besides the point.
Okay, sorry, I just.
Yes.
Okay, so
What
this
about the annex?
almost 2 million right here, is this just for this wrestling or this is for this whole piece, right?
Just the
No,
rest.
just a
Wait, oh, so that's
Just
just
wrestling.
wrestling.
It's just
Why
a-
is that
Well,
cost
that's
so
a lot
much?
cheaper probably,
What?
the annex, the wrestling building.
And then a smaller.
How big is the annex? Sorry, I know we probably said it.
5,400.
It's huge, it's big.
I know, it just doesn't look that big.
Oh, it's big, you go inside, it's big, there's 2 huge
Well,
rooms.
that'd fit everybody.
It would need renovated
That'd fit boys,
completely.
girls, and junior high.
Doesn't
A
affect
big heater and a lot of good
parking
mats.
plans and things.
Alright, well, I wanna know why this wrestling, why does this cost so much? The wrestling room, because it wouldn't need to be like a gym, it would just need to be like a room, right?
Here.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's not.
I have it at $375 a square foot, which is
So okay, so
lower.
if we did that for a wrestling area, where we would, yeah.
Okay, well, time out, let me finish my question first.
I didn't know you were
Can
asking one,
Yeah.
ma'am.
No, I know, everyone's talking over everyone, but I'm trying to figure out why.
We're gonna stick to
I wanna know why this wrestling room costs $2 million, when all we need is a room, you know what I mean, with some mats. We don't need like a gym or anything, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, so I'm wondering why that costs so much. I mean, what does this cost here?
The CTE in the locker rooms.
Yeah, where was that at?
Yeah, why can't that be just a metal building
Metal
that we?
building.
The smaller auxiliary gym is $3.7 million.
Yeah, the gym's expensive.
This isn't a gym, we don't need a
We
gym.
don't have to have
I know, I'm
23
just
foot
saying,
ceilings and.
it's a one.
Why no, Faith said it said a gym, I said it doesn't need to be a gym.
I know, but it's still,
Almost.
almost $1 million cheaper.
Cause that's a gym. How much were the CTE, all that add-ons? Which I know locker rooms are gonna cost more, obviously. But are those 375 a square foot as well, is that?
No, the CTE I have at $400 a square foot.
So it's more expensive
Uh-huh.
for these than this. So what are we looking at, when you say wrestling room, I'm curious, like what were you envisioning, like just like a classroom, I guess, kind of?
Yeah, mats on the walls, the floor space, and then you need it high enough that you can go up in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha,
heating in there, yeah. Fire alarm,
okay.
So it'd be cheaper to build office building, like for 12 offices, than it would be to build a wrestling room.
be smaller, yeah.
So you could build district office to the southeast and then put the wrestling room in 5
Auxiliary.
I've just decided I'm going into a closet in the basement.
Maybe, Faith.
And board meetings are gonna be in the commons area. That'd be fine.
I find yes not.
That bothers
We
me.
could go to the library.
Because we was gonna move,
That
we was gonna move the district office back out there.
Yes, but if that's better utilized for students, then we can figure out office space for us.
For the district office.
Yeah.
And you said it's 5,000, how much was that?
And the board can do
5,400.
stuff in the library too, the high school library. We could set up the boardroom in there.
Yeah.
Better utilize
Has
restrooms
restroom.
too. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna put you in a closet.
No, I know, but I think my
Hey,
need
she's
is
one of
much
7.
smaller
It also
than
has restrooms.
what we want for
You could turn it into
kids.
smaller
So I
bedrooms
think
and
we could find
something.
office space
It's already
for
planned.
the 4 of us and Carrie and Tech.
So, I mean, I'm good.
Or would it be?
Carrie's gonna go to the closet.
But it would be, but would it be cheaper to add those 4 offices on
Yeah,
and then make the wrestling room in the annex?
for because that's renovation and the area need, like, they don't need the whole 5,000 square foot, of space, so we're not adding 5,000 square foot, or we're not adding 4,200 square foot of new construction. We're renovating 5,400, which is cheaper, plus the added offices.
Which is.
So that would be cheaper.
That seems good to me.
I mean, it's already space we've got out there.
Cheaper, wouldn't it?
But then what are we gonna do with the space we have, I guess, is right, I mean, that
Yeah, it's big.
should
I think, hold on,
Big
that
space.
creates issue,
Yeah.
question, okay,
But I guess I didn't think about bathrooms. I mean,
Hey,
it's great
ma'am,
that
I'm trying to ask my
it's
question now.
No, we're talking on the side here.
The auxiliary building.
Thought you'd get a
Hypothetically
talking
say
stick.
that we do a wrestling thing out there. I think there would still want to be some separation though, between boys and girls.
Because our
Because
programs
their
are separate.
programs are separated at this point, so we've got 2 different head coaches, we've got coaching staff
That's new
for each.
space and we still have space in here.
That's what I'm saying, like, can we design it that way to make it still that you have separate, like, boys on one side, girls on the other, but not make it just totally one. Is that, you know what I'm saying?
Then you can go to the
We
dome
still
gym
have
wrestling room.
two
We'll just hang a curtain.
spaces at the building, and then we have a third, another whole separate. But we need a fourth, like a way to designate it as two separate ones? Or is it just
She's
storage?
saying we've got
She's
the
saying move
dome, we've got the
all
dome,
wrestling to the annex.
A boy
In that-
and a
in
girl
that
side
situation.
at the end.
Oh.
but just the high
Gotcha.
school, right?
Just the high school boy and girl.
I don't,
I'm sorry, we're so,
So if we have boys and girls high school wrestling both in the annex, can we put up a curtain or something to separate the two?
I don't
Well,
think you
your
would want
restrooms
to.
are right in
Build
the
a wall.
middle of
Now
that
you're
building.
down under.
Do what?
Your restrooms are right in the middle of that building, so there's already a
Oh, they
natural
are.
It is
split.
separated.
Oh, so it's already,
Yes.
Yeah.
so it's already separated.
Building used to be the district.
Then that would be less than 2 math per
Yeah.
person.
We
That's
have-
where
I've never been out there, I
Our
don't know.
restrooms are right
that's
in
where
the
my math is not working out.
Oh, it's
Like,
less than 2
It'd be
mats?
less than 2 mats.
if you
per
were
boys.
splitting.
I didn't realize the bathrooms were right in the middle of that
Yeah,
place.
they're right in the middle of it.
You
So
say
you're
less
saying
than
the bigger
two
program
per?
just goes out there, one program.
It'd be like 1.5 mats and 1.5
Boys
mats.
or girls,
Yeah.
whichever one's bigger.
So it'd be like
So if
3
we did
mats
that,
total
can we
Yeah,
still
but I
leave the
guess
district offices out there?
She was saying 2 mats total for
for
everybody, right? Not 2
That's-
mats per program.
No,
No.
no, it's.
2 mats total?
2 mats per
We
program.
have two, yeah, it's 2 mats.
2 mats per program.
Or
Yeah,
there's
that's what I
2
said.
mats
Why
in that
wouldn't they
dome
all
gym.
fit
The
here?
problem with the dome gym is that it's like anything else, that you have these corners you can do nothing with, you know, it's.
it's just limits that, like, yes, then you can say what the square footage is in there, but it's just, it's,
But I hate to
Yeah, I
not
wasn't
use it, we could
advocating
use
for that.
it
I
for
was just trying to
something.
figure out
Junior
how
high
many mats
or a
she was
smaller
saying.
wrestling program, depending on numbers, someone can use that space.
Yeah, we
for
can
wrestling.
use
The
it,
basement.
it can be
And this
used.
gives us an additional space, a
Mhm.
large one, 5,400 square feet of an additional space.
absolutely.
So
But
do we
then
just-
where, what do we do, where, I mean, do we add on to the front of the building if we did that for?
No, what is the girls' wrestling room right now? 2,300 square feet? I mean, you
just
for
an
office.
office.
You are gonna put it in.
You're gonna, it's gonna be like, you're gonna move
We'll
into
put
a
you in the
wrestling.
dungeons.
I just said.
You know what?
You said like just-
Let's
you
get
said
$60 million bond.
That little
Let's see
skinny
what
point in
goes
the middle, that's where your desk is, we're gonna build a special
I'm
desk.
not too
up
worried
in that
about-
little corner.
We'll find a space for
You
us,
guys are all
let's
working on a
just
different
consider
budget
that
than
in
I
there.
am.
No. we're
First
not.
project for CTE.
That's right.
I'll take Kyle's office, he can go to the basement.
Hey, I'll take it.
I should have said that.
I feel like that is smart to use that, if we're, I mean, and not for classroom space, cause then they don't have to be out there.
Yeah, they just go
Yeah.
to the sport.
Right, they just go out there for sporting event, yeah, not.
Okay, so then let's
Have more
say
exterior windows in the.
auxiliary for wrestling,
Yeah.
yeah?
On this space.
And then
Annex
do
for
we
wrestling.
need to,
Sorry, annex,
annex
not
wrestling,
auxiliary, too many
do we need
words.
to keep the 2 existing wrestling rooms as wrestling rooms?
Yes,
No,
the dome
No.
and basement.
I would think.
Yeah, 'cause we
No,
still have
no,
junior
we don't
high.
need all
no,
four
we
of
don't
them,
need
do we?
9,700 freaking square feet of wrestling room.
I'm
I
just
guess
saying,
that's fine,
we
I'm
have
one
it-
person,
I'm
I'm
just saying
one
we have it
person.
all
I
for
think
girls, boys, right? And if not, it could be other
But
things.
that's,
Girls-
I thought the
junior
boys and
high.
girls, high school was going to the
What?
bench.
Junior high's not the same time.
But
So
we're
they
go-
only-
but we're already gonna be renovating it, so we already have this space. I'm just saying we still
I'm
have all that
already-
space. Are we doing something else with it? The dome and the basement.
Well, we still have like a month overlap, right? So they are at the same time. So we put the boys in the annex, high school boys, the girls upstairs in the dome, and then the junior high girls in the downstairs. Is that not what we were discussing?
Girls and boys.
I thought boys
thinking
and
boys
girls
and-
were annex.
Girls and boys what?
Wrestling, they're not at the same time.
Junior high.
Are you talking
I'm
about
not
high school or
talking about
junior high?
High school boys wrestling in the
Yes,
annex.
yes,
High school girls wrestling in the dome,
yes.
and then junior high girls wrestling in the basement.
Right, I think the question is do we need all of that?
Well, that's,
Well, if you're gonna
What we're
redo the
doing.
annex anyway, you're just gonna have it, and you'll just have more
Right.
space. So unless you're gonna put me in the wrestling room down there and redo that for the district office, then we have all that space for sports, activities, storage, whatever.
okay, well, this month overlap though, that the junior high girls are having with the high school wrestling, like where
There's
we
a
put
ramp
them.
going now, it's just a matter of time before you'll need a ramp to get in
You
your
can
office.
exercise.
We're taking
Yeah, already tired,
It's about
wheelchair.
7 years away, Tanner.
Tara, I'm pretty sure she's younger than I am. So that's what I'm at, like that, there was like that month overlap, so where would the junior high girls wrestle at that point? Where would they?
I just think if we do the annex, we have plenty of space, no matter where we use wrestlers or put wrestlers.
We were just told that it's only gonna fit 2 mats in there because of where the bathrooms are. So there's not, it's gonna fit the boys and that's it.
Right, that's the question is where's the split there? Is it even? You have a total of 5,000 square feet, but in the middle of that are restrooms, so it's
Right.
not one big open area, right?
Right, so boys are out there.
Boys need
Or
2 full
girls, whatever
mats.
programs are bigger, so
And
you have
girls
a mat on this side, a mat on this side, and then everybody else is dispersed with already the existing wrestling space we have, right? All
No,
we're trying to figure out,
you can't separate the teams
in one
from everyone
building,
else.
in one building?
So we need 2 mats for high school boys and 2 mats for high school girls, correct? Is that what that's what you were saying with your numbers, right? We can only fit 1 mat per side.
We can
And we need
look at
2
moving the
mats.
bathrooms, like if it's running down the middle,
That's
just
what
put
I'm saying,
them on
cause
one
where the
side.
bathrooms are located, right in the middle, it's screwing you up, where you can't put 2 mats on this side and 2 mats on this side.
Right, where it's almost 2 different rooms.
So,
Oh, I thought you just meant we needed 2 total mats in there for boys.
for boys, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, boys.
Okay, so,
And then
high
the
school
girls.
boys in the annex.
Yes,
Okay, girls,
in the dome.
junior high girls,
In the basement.
that's what we're talking,
That's what I was agreeing with,
that's what I've said 10 million times, but then I'm being told, we're talking about putting her office down there, and we're not gonna use that as
No,
a
that was
wrestling
only
room.
just.
And then we're not gonna do this.
100% serious.
I thought that was
That's okay,
jokes,
I'm 1
I
and
was
7,
just
so
kidding
that's
about
fine.
that, I was talking about, we have
Did
plenty
I
of.
not just ask that 10
I'm saying
minutes
if we
ago,
wanna
and
make
you
the
all
annex,
looked
we
at
have
me
plenty
like,
of wrestling space within all of
There's
our
plenty of
buildings.
room. My question was whether or not do we still need the basement, or can we use that as office/classroom space? That was my only
I
question.
don't think we need more classroom space.
Well, if we put a classroom down there and moved an office upstairs is what I'm saying. See what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah,
Do we open that up to
Sure,
other things?
yeah, and that's
That
just
was
a
my
flip
thing.
flop of things, right?
Right.
Putting a classroom down there, yes.
Right.
Okay, sorry, I just thought that was kind of a moot point.
No,
It's already existing space.
right, it's existing
Okay.
space.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
But yes, I would think that we would need to do something with auxiliary building in the bathrooms, being split. I guess I've never been out to that building.
Just
haven't
as a-
either, I don't know.
A very rude and crude sketch is up on the TV.
Oh.
There it is.
So this and this would be your restrooms and this would be your kitchen. So when they say it's right down the middle, it's
It is.
But the
right
kitchen's
down.
Teach our wrestlers how to cook healthy
And then
meals.
this is your HVAC, this is where all your electrical panels and so.
That's not a bathroom, that's all I'm saying is a kitchen,
This is a kitchen,
which we could
this
take
is a
out.
bathroom, and
You're
this is
gonna
a
move
bathroom,
electrical, eh?
and then all your HVAC is in here, so.
So they're worried about putting the
FYI.
2 mats beside each other. Do we have room to put 2 mats beside each other?
Can't have one here, one here.
Because
Coach
it's
has
kind
to be
of
able
hard
to
to
see.
run a
Have
practice
just like
that way.
What?
I don't know, I'm
I think they could figure it out with 5,400 square feet there.
I mean, they do have a varsity and a JV, but still, like.
Yeah, but they're practice. Like I said, we treat wrestling like that, but we wouldn't treat basketball like that. That's where I get.
We separate boys and A team, B team
Well, guess
basketball.
what? This is cheaper
Separated.
than the
Coaching.
$1.9 million.
They
I'm not
had,
saying coaching.
they
All
had-
of that is
Office
practice.
space, it
they
could
had
also be
B
ripped
team
out for practice
basketball going
space.
to Overbrook for junior high boys.
Volleyball too.
Yes,
Except for the HVAC.
when Matt Latta was the
There's a
coach, they were
storage
busing the
room
B
back
team
there.
to Overbrook.
They've been,
Yeah,
my boys,
all
when my
varsity
boys
and
was in
JV
school,
have
they did
different
that.
And the A
They
team
practiced
was
over here.
in Carbondale. That's how they did it.
I mean, they're in the, like, the
So, I
same,
don't-
like, girls volleyball, they're in the
think we
same.
need
No, they're not, cause varsity always practices in the dome and JV practices in the smaller gym.
That's true, I don't know if they practice.
But I mean, I'm fine with not, I mean, know what you're saying.
Yeah, so to fit a full mat in there, you would have to move the bathroom anyways. So we just include that.
But
That's
the
not
The
the
HVAC,
bathrooms, and just
electrical?
put that in the right place.
Yeah, what's
And
What's
take out
on
the
the-
kitchen thing and
what's on the
don't
outside
need
walls? What are
Offices, those are all offices.
Yeah.
tear all of that,
Just
like
tear that
everything
out.
would be torn out,
Yeah.
move the bathroom
Yeah.
somewhere else, be
Yes.
done with it.
Which is much cheaper than $1.9 million.
Correct.
Still a lot cheaper, yeah, even to move the bathrooms, like,
all the electrical, all the HVAC.
Do we know?
Yeah, cause you can't, if it's right there, it's in the middle.
Okay, so are we agreeing to renovate the annex for additional athletic space?
Yes. I think we would need to see it, I'm not
I'd say,
gonna agree to it
take a
until
look
I
at
see
it and
it.
see, make sure,
What the cost.
make sure, what was the other, it's 1.9 for the other one, make sure that's not 1.8. Yeah,
Yeah, so I would agree with that.
right,
Do you have the renovation?
1.4.
Yeah.
For $500,000, I'd rather have an extra freaking building.
Yeah, exactly.
$200 a square foot to renovate the annex?
Yes. And it's 5,400 square feet, do the math.
What'd they say, 200,000?
200
A square
a
foot,
square foot.
Oh.
So it's 1 million.
I mean, so it saves
That's
us like half the cost.
Yeah, but then you're not, yeah, it's a how many year old building that has already had water issues that.
What was it gonna cost to make it into district offices out there? If we're at $1 million to do this and we have another $500,000 to get the district office somewhere else, why are we not just building the auxiliary gym?
We had 658,000 budgeted.
I would also recommend if we're just going to renovate that for district offices, I do that with capital outlay, I put carpet back in there, it's already set up for district offices.
That's what it was originally.
That's what it originally was, I don't think we have to spend a whole lot of money out there, we could do
I'm
that.
saying we're gonna spend $1 million to renovate this to save 1.9, but we still have to build a district office. What's the district office gonna cost them?
Yeah.
So are we?
So that's 1.6.
Are we gonna end up spending $1.5 million to do this, and that's not ideal, when we could spend 1.9 and have the ideal wrestling facility over by all the other gyms and locker rooms? Does that make any sense at all?
Yes.
No, I'm
Yes.
trying to read back from the beginning, but.
I think it's just a matter of money, guys, like how much.
It's a matter of
It
who wants
is,
to-
it is
who
a
wants to
matter
spend the
of
money.
I know.
And I know we're trying to look at a lot of options to cut $1 million here and $1 million there, I get that, so I think we just need to decide, what you want, and then are we okay with that price tag?
Well,
Just tear
so-
it all down and start fresh.
So if we use, on going back to the Carbondale, adding up what you marked in red for capital outlay, that's over $1 million for that we can use from capital outlay.
Yeah.
And so you shave $1 million off there,
Mhm.
just over $1 million actually. And so you can, I mean, we're gaining
Sure.
some of that. And then I would think with the wonky not doing the band edition there and adding it to the CTE, I don't know, is that cheaper?
I think that's basically a wash is what we said.
It's a wash?
Yeah.
So where would we put the band by the CTE if we're doing wrestling room over there?
Is there still
West
space?
side.
Is there
That's
room?
what, that's what Tanner was showing.
That's what
Okay.
it
But is there
So it looks like the consensus is we need the space for wrestling, so can you look at what we originally talked about, moving the CTE to the east, putting wrestling and band in that void somehow?
Mhm.
See how that works?
Yep.
And
Well, that's what.
get the two max.
Yep.
We're talking about
Just try something.
like
Yeah.
bringing,
Rough
yes,
cost.
and then
Yeah.
putting in.
I think-
Wrestling slash band.
Band there.
So band, CTE, wrestling, all in that one big space.
And then where will your offices go out in the annex?
And then you'll go to the end.
Which you will use capital outlay.
I'll just slap some carpet out there,
You'll just
repaint
do
the
that.
walls, get
Where-
some.
Now, there's already bathrooms and offices.
Get the roof fixed, got a couple leaks we need to fix.
I mean, I don't want it to look like,
I don't know.
Well,
I don't think that's.
I mean, it's an aging building, but it'll be fine, if we just put some TLC in it, it'll be okay. We've already ripped out the carpet in there, it's already out, it's just slab right now. So it just needs new carpet, new paint.
Yeah.
Clean up, I'd probably put some new toilets in there.
At the bottom of this.
Make you a boardroom over on this side, and put ours back in that other side. Or we could flip flop, on the other side.
It doesn't say what it is, no pictures, no nothing.
I'd give us an executive session room over there, on the other side, but also gives an office, so.
Well, there's your 1.9, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty dang close.
Is that where they went for executive session before?
They're gonna have to.
No, cause she
Are
was
we doing
saying
the
that we
laundry,
would use capital outlay to renovate the annex. And then if we use the items outlined in red for the Carbondale building, that's over $1 million. We're at 1.7 million, so we're not actually adding 1.9 million to add a wrestling room. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
We're gonna add 624 for the auxiliary gym. I think that you'll have to go back and put this together and show us another one. I mean, I feel like we're narrowing it down a little bit, but
Okay.
But we're not,
Oh, we're not gonna use this athletic storage either right now, right? Or did we decide?
That's
It's
up to you.
488.
How much is that facility?
488,000.
What kind of building did you have that?
Like, better than a shed?
Better than a shed? Like a
better than a shed.
Still built, still.
We haven't done better than a shed yet. So, we've only done regular
Climate control,
sheds.
stronger wood,
Climate
yeah,
control? Okay.
yeah, heating and air, but.
Okay. I mean, we just have to hang with our sheds for a little longer and find storage later.
Or maybe EVs, the band rooms could be used for like storage or orange rooms downstairs.
But that's what they proposed
Yeah.
for.
That basement.
so if you nix that, then we're well
No, the
over
old fan, the domes.
$2 million in savings.
So.
Not
The
savings, but you understand what I mean, within that budget, yeah.
Or Kylie or Faith,
Temporary,
one
for
of you.
temp, yeah,
If we
temporary.
nix all of the capital outlay improvements in red for Carbondale at those, like the renovations and stuff, and with that price tag, how long will that take us to complete?
Yeah, cause capital outlay is only gonna go so far every year.
Well,
right?
I mean,
I mean-
it'll have to, we usually spend about $1 million a year.
Like a 3 to 5 year
Yeah.
process.
But we can narrow that and not spending money here now, right?
Yeah.
And then focusing a lot of that in Carbondale,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And even over the next 2 years, even before we vote on this, we
Oh, yeah, I
can,
could
you
do
know what I
this,
mean?
I could do this
Right.
soon. I mean, we could start
Right.
this now even before this runs.
Right, that's what I mean, we can start that renovation now.
Okay, what page are we actually on now?
Or I think
Gyms.
we were on the gyms, but I don't know if we got consensus on if we were doing the
On the
5 courts or the 4 courts.
Let me see if I can find where we're at.
We're gonna have to do 5.
I think so.
So option
I mean,
2.
let's be honest, the way we're not having to take kids to other schools,
We're
that's
not-
what
I
we're
don't
trying
wanna
to
do
not
that.
do anymore.
Just help me out, what are we gaining? We get one volleyball court difference?
Or basketball, for all
basketball.
our basketball teams.
You could turn it.
Basketball's the same.
You can do basketball, you can run 2 that way. The court
You run
size
2
is
courts
based off
this
of
way for
volleyball.
practice, just like you do
Volleyball's
in the
the
dome,
longest.
2 courts this way.
Oh, I
Sorry,
see,
four
we've
people
got
were
4
talking. How
courts
many-
versus,
So you would get a basketball court, also a
You
volleyball
can't-
court, volleyball
You
court.
can't do side courts on the smaller gym?
Not on the smaller one, no.
not even for practice,
You don't have the clearance.
you don't have the clearance.
But you have
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 basketball courts that not doing anymore.
Well, if we have the junior high,
Wait, cause you'd have what,
You
3?
do option.
I'm just
two, you have
thinking
6
out loud,
courts.
cause you'd have high
6
school
basketball
both
courts.
going at the same time.
What's it take us now,
Then you'd have
when we do,
junior high boys that overlaps.
when we do basketball now, you've
Right.
got boys in one gym, girls in another. Junior high boys are,
CAC,
what?
one gym, just at CAC.
Yeah.
So we currently use
Could be-
3 gyms now during basketball
Yes.
season,
Which could be.
That's
so I don't see why we need 5
well, this isn't a
It's
separate
not
gym.
a 5th gym.
courts.
It's just
courts.
Just a
Half
court.
But you do use,
They run, at CAC, they do run,
Oh, they are,
Yes.
oh, okay, I see.
yeah, and I know
That's
the
what
junior high girls do have 2.
So that's not big enough to go side courts on that?
You said they don't have this, the height.
Plus
but-
one
A
and
clearance, no.
What's not big enough, so
Option 1.
So
So
it's
if we want junior high
624,000.
games-
You run 2 basketball
Oh,
courts this way
Yes.
in the smaller one.
Yeah, so you can get 2 side courts on the smaller
Yes,
gym.
what
That-
sizes a gym is volleyball.
Oh,
The clearances and the
Correct.
length of it is more.
It's
so you're talking 5 volleyball
So this
courts,
is
not 5
all
practice.
looking at volleyball. Yeah.
And
So option 1 on the gyms would get us everything
Yes.
we needed. Okay,
Yes.
okay. That would
with
be
the
fine.
exception of during volleyball season, junior high girls right now currently have 2 nets and they hit side courts, right?
Mhm.
So they would only have 1 for junior high girls, or,
No, because if they go to the dome gym, we can put up 2 nets in
You'd
their
have 7.
practices.
so you'd put varsity in one and JV and C team on the other for high school or something? Okay, so we'd still have plenty.
Yeah.
So right now, the high school volleyball team all teams practice in one gym.
Yep.
You don't use both gyms.
Oh, they do?
So even then, you wouldn't even need the oxygen for,
Varsity.
so I don't know, I mean, I don't wanna cut ourselves short, but I also think that if it's an extra 600,000 that,
Right, I'd rather do option 1.
I think we go with option 1 on that, in my
I
opinion.
agree.
and the other thing with that is then you don't have 1,000 lines on your main basketball court in high school. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I've played on a court like that, it's confusing.
Yeah.
Kids are out of bounds, they don't know they're out of bounds,
Yeah.
it's a mess.
But,
So that was-
but they'll still
so if
be-
you don't do those lines, then
Right.
we won't be able to do host regionals.
Why not?
That's why they did that. They said if we do the lines that way and make the volleyball court that way, because you have to have 2 courts.
You got a court here and a
No,
court here.
that's not regulation.
How
This
is
has
it
to
not
be it.
regulation?
Yes, it is.
How is it not regulation?
This one
Option
is?
1 is regulation for all.
To have
we-
volleyball regionals?
Yes, if we turn the court and put some new lines in that gym and turn the court,
Yes, you guys are talking about not turning the court. You guys are talking about not doing this because you don't want all these lines.
That would just be for practice, so we can leave, like the nets that we have up there that we can drop, we can leave that for practice, but then have lines that run parallel with the basketball court for competition. So you can still have 2 courts going
I understand the
crossways.
concept, but they're all, I mean, Justin and you were saying you don't want a bunch of lines on the court is what you guys were
Well, so
saying.
with the practice lines, you can make
I'm not talking
really.
about practice lines, I'm talking about if we have volleyball regionals at Santa Fe Trail,
Yeah.
okay? We either have to have this gym and move and put these lines like this, or have this gym and this gym, correct?
Correct, so what I'm saying with our current main gym, if we put in a volleyball court that runs parallel with the basketball court, we can have those lines in the basketball lines. And then we would eliminate, or we could do what we have like our side basketball goals, it's a very faint line that you really don't see on the court for
So
practice.
you just take that line out or whatever?
Yeah, or you just take this.
But the problem is that the 99% of the time, when we're not hosting regionals, wouldn't you want those 2 courts?
Oh, yeah,
You
for
don't have
sure.
lines for those 2 courts, right? You don't necessarily have to have official lines for that.
You do if you're playing.
You don't with this court.
You said that would still be.
Well, cause I thought we could still, I mean, I understand, yes, if we do like regionals, it'd be nice to have, you know, the 2 big courts, but I just assume like during practice, we would still just use the sideways courts.
Right,
But I
that's
guess
what I'm saying, during practices
have
or
3
even
volleyball nets?
games.
Hmm?
During practices or even games, let's say, high school's hosting volleyball games, where's the
We-
junior high gonna practice?
do we not think 3 volleyball courts, 3 full-size volleyball courts? And option 1 is enough for high school girls and junior high girls.
I think it is.
I think
But
it is.
I'm not
So,
I'm not a big
the-
volleyball person.
I think it is, however, what I just said is, okay, so we're hosting our high school home game, we have A team, B team, C team playing, and then, so when we're hosting, does our junior high not get to practice? We just don't practice those days?
I mean, right now, all those teams are doing 2 gyms, right?
But we have 3 volleyball courts currently.
So you're saying if we do option 1, we also take out the double in the main gym?
No, we only have 3.
Because of lines.
We have 3 with this
What's I'm
option,
saying,
because
do we
this would
have
be
to,
moved
if
to the
we,
red. So
no,
we
you
have
don't
one.
say we do this, we'll just have a lot of lines.
JV and
Forward
CT.
this way.
So we will still have, we could still do 2 courts for
We
games.
have the regional game.
Blues are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you just put little tick marks on where it is.
So that'd be for
based
one
on
tournament.
the
Okay.
tournament
I'm
days.
not worried about the
One,
lines,
two,
she's the one who said that, and him, so.
I just said I'd practice.
I think we can overcome the lines
Fair about
for
them.
620,000.
I just was trying to tell Justin.
Yes, so we can get everything we need.
I feel like I would like to.
And I'm telling you, you don't need that
That's
to
what I
host
thought.
regionals. This can host regionals, so that means this right
Okay,
here
they're
could
up.
too.
So are we
So you don't
talking
need
about
that to
keeping
host
these
regionals.
2?
No, not to host regionals.
We'll have 3 in
But
that
if you
gym,
took out these,
and
all
one in
these
that gym,
lines
and
is
one
what
in
I
that
was
gym.
saying,
We
is you
would
would
have
need that.
2 in this gym,
But that's what
1
she
in
We
that
said.
gym.
just take
Only
off
if we
the
do
regional
regional,
gym
we
and
just put some
3
tape
we'll
down.
have the big one.
Which
So we'll have
Right.
one,
So we would
Yeah,
only
we're
use it
supposed
the
to do
long
regionals.
way, like the basketball, if we were hosting regionals.
Same reason we stopped
Right?
doing the
so we have 4 volleyball gyms at any given time.
That's,
So
that's what.
I think there's
that's
confusion.
on option 1, is there room to run that 2 volleyball courts,
Oh, JV's.
east and west?
No.
With.
We're JV alternative, just not
No, we
varsity.
didn't.
No, we do.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we do, because Peyton had to work it every year.
Avery just did
I mean, you can practice on it.
Well, then maybe.
That's what I mean, it's
Right.
just
This year's the
You can
first year.
practice like
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, I was
That's what I was trying to tell you.
I was saying in general, Peyton listed, so Ann put that.
No.
Who put
No,
that?
Right.
You're-
So
Right,
you can
but
practice.
just for practice purposes,
Yes.
run them east
Yes.
and west.
We don't get a
Yes.
discussion on
Yes.
this?
No, because I had 3 parents and parents in schools asking me, why do you guys host?
Yeah.
Good question.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Option 1.
Yeah.
No, I
And
didn't
we
know
asked,
that.
and it was like, oh,
There's
it's baseball.
enough for a few.
Anybody else?
I didn't even get in.
You're looking at one.
Volunteers?
That's what they're.
That's what the volleyball mothers have to do every year.
Is everybody go with option 1 and get rid of the rest of the options for the gym, so we can?
So with option 1 on the
Just to
auxiliary
clarify,
gym, can you practice 2 courts? 2 volleyball courts?
There's just not regulation for, you can practice.
But practice,
Yes,
because auxiliary is just a practice gym.
I would have to make it a little bit
Either
bigger.
way.
So, but the question is, are they holes in the floor, or are they, right, are you putting poles in this floor, are they gonna be like a rollout net? How are you gonna put the nets in there if you're practicing 2 versus 1?
And the ceiling, like we have them now, right?
Well, for the main gym, but for the aux gym, I don't know how that works.
We wouldn't be able to do that too?
I don't know.
Well, the same would be true in the main gym too, if we were talking about
Well,
adding.
we sealed the floor, right? That's why, that was the whole deal of why we couldn't, one of the other reasons, I think, not just the lines, but we also, I think, would
Yeah,
have
needed
to,
the holes to.
yeah, we would have to go back and see what the holes and stuff. So that's my only question is, I mean, if you're putting 6 holes in the basketball court, and
They can figure that out when you start designing it somehow or another.
yeah, no, they can. I'm sure they're probably gonna want though to be able to serve from a regulation spot, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even get that now in our main gym.
Mm-mm. It's true. It sucks though.
I'm good with the option 1 on that.
Yeah.
I said 1 a while ago.
Michelle?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Everybody good with that? Kylie?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think it makes sense because it only seats 250 anyway, that, you know, by the time you get 2.
Okay, let's go with 1.
I think those other sheets we could already talk to or remove as options.
I'm sorry?
The other sheets
Yeah,
we've already talked to or removed as options.
Yeah.
Come on,
Okay, so what page, this one here?
The large 9, any, this is the front office edition. Questions on that? The yellow is the existing being renovated and then the blue is the new construction.
All those things we talked about, yeah, we talked about last time. For this one. Now it's.
You take the existing office renovations on the annex section.
By the way, I don't love option 1. Thanks for asking me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't love it either,
I
but
don't love it. If we can make it work, I think it's great. I just don't wanna regret it later.
that's how I feel. It's like one of those hits in your stomach that you feel like, are we gonna regret that?
I mean, if you're doing rollout volleyball nets, can you roll one out if we're building a big area for wrestling? They're not gonna be wrestling during football season if you need extra practice area. right?
Well, but the ceiling height probably isn't gonna be 23 foot or anywhere close.
I didn't know about that.
Be hitting lights.
Mhm.
Be hitting lights.
Yeah.
You seen the junior high girls?
We have a hard time getting lines fixed anyway, so. we-
Yeah,
that's right.
Have you ever played volleyball? Have you played volleyball? On a racquetball course, you put a volleyball in?
Yeah.
Play off the sidewall, you can't break it back.
All right, where are we at now? Office plans?
Offices. I don't even know where they're.
Kyle, any thoughts on this one here?
We looked over this, I think it meets the needs. I like where the secured entrance is, so we can force people to go through the main office instead of allowing them access to the commons area without having to go through the office and get checked in first. So that was an emphasis for me when changing that front entry, so I like how that's arranged. SRO office is right there as well, so I like how that's configured.
I like sixth grade up over by the office and have their own separate hallway and close to the seventh grade and sixth grade and restrooms right there. I like that piece.
And the buses will drop kids off on that north side then, right? We'll have a,
Same place.
yep, that's where they drop them off now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
That's what we do now. Yeah, it's just a new loop, looking loop on the hands.
Bus drivers are not allowed to drive them.
I had that on.
So that,
No more.
the office plans and all that brings us back to this concept A of the 25
Yeah,
million.
that's what the cost is.
Everything tabulated at, right? Now, obviously, we added a wrestling gym and all that.
Well, we took out stuff,
And we took out stuff, right, and you're gonna kind of rework these things and,
because we need to take out the budget for the annex building, and then if we took out what was in red, and actually if we did the parking site improvements in Carbondale,
what did we decide on the better than the shed addition thing out there? Is that not gonna happen now, or is that still in there? The storage?
The storage,
If we cut the storage and the district office renovation, that is together, that's 1,146,800.
Pretty good amount.
I mean, Amy and I decided they could put the stuff in the old band room for now.
that's exactly right, could we
Yeah.
use the old band room as a
And then some of these
storage?
capital
I mean, I
outlay
know,
things,
Amy
so-
said
It'll
that.
be a bunch of, it'll be a catch-all.
As far as this
It'll be-
page here, the office plans, I mean, this is probably something that you principals have looked over,
Building?
this is the layout you're after.
How big is that?
Where do kids go?
What about your auxiliary building?
What?
Where do kids go before school starts, right? They all go to the gym, right? So what are they gonna do?
No, you don't wanna know what that is. How bad.
I don't know. You're gonna be
I was
dropped off
looking
on
at
the
you, I was like,
North End
oh,
Street.
Balcony.
I've been in.
I just caught up.
Storage, second floor.
High schoolers too.
Yeah.
You already go meet them, right?
I had a question, and so the high school, because I know this was kind of an issue at one point, so we have that one restroom down, that's like the handicap restroom. I don't see that on here anymore, am I missing it, or is it, are we taking that out?
Which,
Like
we're
between the
adding-
7th and,
We're adding a lot of bathrooms.
we're adding
adding two more.
restrooms in the
Middle
yellow.
school hallway area.
I know, but we did have like this single bathroom for
It was for,
special purposes, I guess.
we had some special education services that, which I to know.
I guess, is that still something that we need probably?
It had a changing table and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
we can add that.
okay. Top of my head.
So is the consensus to nix the athletic storage and use the band currently?
So to you guys, it was a suggestion. They said it would save 1.2 if we got rid of that and the renovations of the annex.
Yes, I think.
And we do that with capital.
Now we would go from what was like initially proposed was 1,900 square feet. Instead, it would be 1,315 square feet, but that's 1,315 square feet that we don't have now, right, for storage, right, Chris? Or Kyle, whatever your name
It
is.
would probably be
Would
a
you go over
catch-all. In reality, it'll probably be a catch-all space.
Yeah, I'm
storage
sure.
and everything. But it could be a temporary,
Storage, or.
Again, it's something more than we have.
so it's that
Yeah,
single,
1,300 more square feet.
less complicated building maybe could be a project down the road somewhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say that would be my preference.
And I'm very much all for athletics, but I'm still just gonna say building admin for the 480 kids I'm gonna get, I really just don't wanna nix all of the red and the parking, cause we're only like the $3 million. And part of the steering committee talked about and what we promised them was definitely like, they're like, it's dark, it's dreary, it's not an elementary building.
New facelift for
And how
them.
many times did we tell them,
Yeah.
we will make, we'll give it a facelift, it'll be inviting. So I just wanna speak just for the elementary staff, the steering committee and the kids. So it's just, I just don't want us to get pushed to the wayside. And I love sports, all my kids play sports.
We should
Have it all spent for,
That was us this year.
No, not yet, we haven't allocated for our summer project
She's
yet.
talking about the red.
So I was waiting to see what we're doing here before I made some decisions. Yeah, and I usually spend about $1 million.
Classrooms is in there. Speds on there.
so we could
That's
do,
stuff that we could
based, like in reality,
possibly just do capital.
this.
Yeah, but you know what that is.
Possibly.
I mean, that's renovate these older classrooms.
She's saying she doesn't want it to
She's had to do that.
Well, we wanna probably make sure we pass.
Yeah,
We gotta have launch before I'm
and then
Yes, and that would be.
some of this.
I'm not gonna start it
High
We
school.
get
So, I mean, she's talking about,
$1 million.
I know, I'm just saying, like, she's talking about doing
like
some of
over
the
$1 million.
inside, so like renovate finishes and things like
But we
that.
gotta keep going and not get.
Yeah, that's,
But if we're, can we start with the city?
I don't know what we're talking about right now. Okay, so where are we at in the process?
On that, which I know we're adding into the building.
we're talking about the high school. Does everybody have questions on that front office part of the high school? That was our next page.
No, just still
Where's
questioning where
6
we're
through
going.
8 go before the first bell rings? What's the plan for 6 through 8 before first bell, like when they get there off the bus, or if they get
That's a
dropped off,
great
and
question.
where are they gonna hang out?
Well, that's, I mean, if they're getting breakfast, they're gonna have to go to the kitchen area and be in the commons for that. So, I mean, in terms of a complete separation before the bell rings, there's really not a
Auxiliary
good
gym,
option for that.
auxiliary gym? Wrestling room or band room?
We got a lot of spaces.
Yes.
Well, no, I mean, right now, all the junior high kids go to the
No,
gym
it
and
is.
they
That's a
wait,
good
and
idea.
they don't go to
Okay.
class till after first bell announcements, right? And the high school's a little different because they're high schoolers,
How do
right?
you feel
So
about
how
that,
do you
Mike?
keep a 18-year-old away from my 12-year-old at, 7:45?
Yeah, I
As
mean,
a
I
parent,
think
a parent's gonna ask that
Absolutely.
question.
Yeah,
it'd have to be a gym
go to their own
space.
space.
What do they currently do at the junior high, or at your school? Do
Yeah, so they go to the gym before school starts.
They eat and
every
then they
kid.
go to the gym, right?
Yeah, so the kids that eat breakfast go get their breakfast at a certain time, the rest go wait in the gym.
Fourth grade through eighth grade all together.
Like you're just gonna have to have adequate
It's a
supervision.
really quiet, nice start to the morning.
Oh, it's
No,
not-
that was just, as we had steering committee discussions, that was the thing that came up the most was, you're gonna
Keeping
put a
them
6th grade girl with an 18-year-old boy, right? And so,
Mhm.
that's why I was asking is how do we ensure that,
You'd have to have some.
Supervision.
Supervision in the, you'd have to have areas in the lunchroom for breakfast that are gonna be separate for them.
Yeah.
So will lunch times be staggered where they're also not intermingled then?
Yes.
That should be easy.
We'll have to obviously increase the number of lunches, depending on the kitchen renovation. If we were to go to 4 lunches, we could essentially separate it out, like 6th and 7th grade go at one time, 7th or 8th and 9th grade go at another time, and then 10th through 12th go at a couple other times.
I think that's
We're running
scheduling
through.
stuff. I think Laura Lee went through that with Mike too on their lunch thing. I think there's lots of scheduling things they can do, so.
Because we're looking at approximately, if we separate it out to 4 lunches, we're looking at approximately 150 or less kids per lunch. And with the renovations for the kitchen, we should be able to manage that.
So your month will start at 10,
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
please.
We got
I mean,
our
I'm
brunch, our
Do not
brunch
start
group
at
and
lunch
late.
at 10.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, I mean, that's,
That's why
Yeah.
I walked through with Mike, that was my
Yeah.
concern.
yeah,
You were able to narrow it down.
or maybe, wait till 12:30. Okay.
So some quick math on these things. We were at, that now is okay
Yeah.
to talk through this. Right, so we were at 25 through 80. We added the 1.95 for wrestling. And you then also took off the Red on Carbondale, the district office and the athletic storage. That gets you to 24,945,000. So if
You wanna keep
which
it,
number you're trying to work through, you could add in all of Carbondale back or half of Carbondale or.
I think, keep some of those renovations in there.
I think we should keep some of the renovations in there. I think it's
Maybe
very
those-
important,
the
because
bigger
Lori
ticket
was
ones.
right. I mean, we talked a lot about it in the steering committee meeting, and I do think that it's important. And
What is it?
obviously it's very important to you because you
It is.
brought it up.
What is it you
is,
feel like
it
needs
is.
left, Lori? What,
Like, out of that
which ones
list,
do you feel you need
yeah.
left? That's the most important. There's 1, 2, 3, 4
Of the red
red
items.
numbers
So
there.
can I ask, because part of this is red and part of it's black on this.
How many year project is this?
One question.
Which question do I go with?
So
Okay,
Jamie,
sorry.
yeah.
Like on this, the first page, some of the renovate finishes in older classrooms, 536, but then the next line, they renovate pre-KK, that's red, but the words are black, so is that
Yeah, I think we included the red numbers. So it's to say that the bathroom, like the renovations you have to do to add the bathroom, are included in that number. So this would be,
I would say we keep that in the.
No, I would agree.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
The bathroom.
For the
Yeah, adding the
bathroom.
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 yes.
Yeah.
I guess so that, to the point of how many years is this, is 3-year project, does that sound somewhat reasonable? So 3 years of capital outlay is 3 million that we would approximately be able to spend on some of that, which would cover that
Which would
times
cover that.
3, is why I was asking the question when I
Okay,
did.
good question, yeah.
And if this gets voted on, we could do some of this over this summer too.
On some of
Yeah.
these things,
Yeah.
we're not gonna be able to do until we move.
Right.
Yeah, kids can't
Or
be
that's-
there.
Yeah, I can't make,
Oh,
I can't make preschool
Sure.
classrooms with 7th and 8th graders.
But like
still in there.
finishes in that older part, like.
Yeah, finishes, things like that, yeah, we could do a lot of that.
Mhm.
I just, so if we don't add it back in, then this needs to be a priority, right?
I mean, those two price differences, what was that, 24 what? You guys tell me if that's
Yeah, let's,
enough of a difference to
could
you
we go
to.
to, tell me those first.
About 500,000.
I mean, when you're spending.
Stick with our original number in red here, 25 is what we're shooting for.
That's what I would say.
Okay,
Yeah,
then let's just stick with the
Figure it out.
current red.
Once you get bids from contractors, I mean, you're gonna have to be under this number anyway.
Yeah.
And we'll get what we can.
We'll make sure we don't put you in the dungeon.
And that was a little something.
Our compliments for Overbrook is
It is.
open,
I
it's
know.
inviting, it's warm, it's
It is.
welcoming, and I just like, it's just really important
it is.
for that
Yeah.
pre-KK
Yeah.
elementary.
It is.
I'm just
I
very, very
completely
appreciative
agree.
of that for them.
Okay, so keep the red. So just the.
Keep the red on the Carbondale.
Just athletics room.
75 cents.
Just take off that facility, athletic facilities.
Only for that.
Little piece, yeah. It's the other
Wait, advocate,
25.
Lori.
So then
24.5 million.
6,806,000.
That doesn't make sense, because we were at 25,380.
It's okay.
Oh, I added in the,
Like, they always do. I mean, they're.
the second, the second one.
Should still be under 25.
What
That
happened
was-
to you or we just.
Right.
We're probably right at 25,
That's with what we nixed plus.
plus adding Carbondale back.
Adding Carbondale.
So, I guess to me, before we move on to anything else, do we need to have them go back to the drawing board here? Get this done, make sure we're happy one more time before we worry about ballot question and date and all of that.
But if we wanna get it, what do we need to have done?
So I talked to Piper Sandler and they said, they kind of showed me the entire process of what we need to go through, the resolution we need to pass and all that. They did tell me we can do it on our regular board meeting in December,
Which is
as long as it is dated as that was voted on December 10th and they can send it in the next morning. So that was, I didn't think we could do that and we can't do that.
Oh, okay.
So if you need another meeting in between there, before the regular meeting, to review some additional things you want them to come back with. If you don't, you guys probably need to decide all of that when you're ready for all of that.
Before we vote, I would like to have them make these
I
revisions
would
so
like
it's
it.
clean,
Sure.
because there's been a lot of stuff and we could
Yeah,
have some
I'd like
spots.
another, I would like personally another meeting, just to come back and.
And you were
Talk
free
about
December
this.
2nd?
Yeah, I wanna see a,
December 2nd, I think, was the next one I gave them.
But also maybe can they get with Andy, cause Andy said like E-rate can pay for like some of this stuff, like I don't know, is that?
For the network stuff, not, for technology, network stuff.
So that's none of these prices.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just-
There's a couple items on here, but they're all relatively, I mean, I can talk to them, but they're relatively easy to figure into it.
Okay, okay. I just didn't know if it was just throwing them out.
Well, they-
Are there any, have we looked at any bonds for the playground improvements in Carbondale?
Grants?
I'm sorry, yes, grants.
No, I haven't looked at any grants.
And I only asked that because I just know, at a quick look at grants, I know that there's a lot out there
Yeah.
for that, and so
I think
that's-
Burlingame just got one, like a huge one.
Jones does one and, Patterson does a community one that if you can get that, but, yeah, there's grants out there. I can-
yeah, I mean, and that's $275,000, so that would be nice to get that.
Yeah.
What?
So our price tag's sitting around 25. Is that what you got?
I got 26 twice, because
That can't be correct. It's gotta be less than 25.
we added in the 2 million wrestling, but we only took out 1.1.
Well, did you take out the annex building?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
take out the annex and
The annex was 600.
and the athletic storage, that's less than the 1.9.
That's 1.1.
And then the red stuff, we left that in.
Oh, yeah, cause the wrestling is
It's less,
1.9. Okay, that makes sense.
It's more than the annex and the storage.
Yeah, I got you, that makes
So
sense,
that's
sorry.
26,182,000.
Say that number again.
26,182,000.
Okay, so let's just review this very quickly.
Yes.
We're getting rid of the dome stuff for the band room. That's not happening. We are looking at the band room, the weight room, it's not the weight room, the wrestling room, and CTE all in that one space. We are getting rid of the annex renovations and the athletic facility renovations, and we are keeping the red lines for Carbondale. What else?
How much more is it gonna be to add band up there though?
But that's what they're gonna go bring back to us.
So it'll be more
It's
than
about
the
this.
20.
They thought it was a
She thought it would
wash.
be about the
It's about the
same.
same.
They thought it was a wash.
That's because the addition, we took out the addition
Of
of
the
the
dome.
dome, but she thought it'd be about the same
To put it over
to
there.
put it over.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay. I forgot about taking that.
Oh,
cost.
that's
And then
option one.
option one.
I forgot about cost, I kept thinking the
Option one,
storage.
yeah. Was there any other
Yep.
breakdowns to narrow it down?
So easy. Yeah, do this tomorrow.
Can we talk about bleachers?
That's great.
I really do wanna know how much it is, like, to do like new bleachers, like say, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like,
So I
I'm
got-
curious,
I got
in like in the main gym. Like if we did some with like backs on the,
At Carbondale?
no, at the high school,
Oh, in the main gym?
in the main gym.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay, I think I misunderstood you, I thought you meant in Carbondale.
$250 per seat, or $275 per seat if you wanted them to be electronic.
I mean, they pull
Retract,
out,
like automatically retract.
Like
which we do have.
It doesn't impact the monthly.
I only ask because I know like they're super crowded, they're this big, everyone brings their chair, so they have that back on there, you know what I mean? So then it's like, you're sitting here, so no one can sit behind you, and you know, it's just, it's a pain, I've always been curious about that, I love
The ones
going to
in high
other
school
schools
gyms.
that have the backs on there, and I was just curious.
Ours are not that old.
Does it take more space?
What about
though?
handrails
If ours are farther
on
apart,
the
we have
aluminum
less seats,
bleachers
right?
for the football?
That's
Right.
already.
We already
did
got
that.
it coming, it's already ordered.
So I followed up on that and was on back order,
It's still
right,
backward.
Faith?
Yeah, what's the handrail status?
With the lights?
Gotta check in on that.
We got the lights.
Hey, that got finally fixed, did you see it?
I did follow up on that this
Right,
because I
the
had.
lights are done.
Yep, lights are done.
Lights are done, you didn't
We've
notice that?
I didn't, I'm sorry.
So where's the handrail situation? I actually had somebody else
I'm
ask
hoping
me
we
that
get a
again.
4-track.
Yes, we should get them this winter and then have them installed before track.
Okay, we should, who's the one who got the ball rolling on the?
Okay, let's finish up here, guys, I'm gonna focus you in, let's finish up here. What else do we need to tell them they need so she can go home on her birthday?
That's it.
I don't have anything.
So do we need to have another meeting if we can go over these plans before our next meeting?
I think we can do it, if everything comes back, we can do it on the next meeting, but if we don't like it, then we're not gonna be able to
I know.
hit the deadline. So that's the risk you're gonna take.
So
If you don't like exactly what it is.
December 2nd was you gave me 1 and 2, they could do 2, they weren't available on 1.
We got a high school basketball game on
We
Sunday.
have, we have high school basketball in a second. I'm
Why
not,
did we pick that date?
I'm not here.
Problem is, it's almost every night with basketball and wrestling.
And do you guys have another availability date that,
The third,
that Wednesday?
We mentioned the third, but
Is
was
that
something else going on the third?
You guys can meet, I won't be here.
That's when you're,
I won't be here. It's it, but I'm one person.
You're
6 can be here, 6 can be here.
I would really like you all.
I don't wanna vote it unless we're all 7 here.
what did we
We
say
can
was,
review.
what's December 1st?
We can review, yeah, we don't have to vote on anything.
They can't be here.
Oh,
We can vote on a regular board meeting if you're ready.
I mean, so at the next meeting, we need to go through to make sure that the plans are correct. We, at some point, we need to do the wording of the bond question.
We have that already.
We have that, we
I
just
just
have
need
to
to change the dollar amount, but the
change it
scope of
through-
work should match everything that you guys have already talked about.
Okay, we have the scope on this board requirements here, we have scope of bond, date of election, type of election, financing plan, construction delivery method. I would like to move construction delivery method up and have that decided on before we take it to a vote. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but that's something that I would like to know
Before we take what to a vote, or
An
before we take
election,
it
if
to
we're
the
doing
vote.
election for a bond.
What do you mean construction delivery method?
Like, what type of construction we're doing, are we doing a design build, bid build, are we doing a construction management or whatever?
Do you wanna
They
talk
can
about that a
explain
little
all
bit, did you
that.
bring that information?
yeah.
Are you guys done with the
And
principles?
maybe I'm the only one that wants to know.
Can I send my principles on and we'll talk about this a little bit? Alright.
I'm
gonna be honest.
Well, she's,
Yes, we wanna know that.
Yes.
I do myself.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
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 So let's talk about this, I think we should talk about it a little bit, and then,
So this is all about contracts and how the owner holds the contract. So in private sector, there are lots of different ways that you can hire a contractor. For a public entity, the state dictates that there's 2 ways that you can do it. You can do it as design bid build.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Okay.
So there's, the state allows you as a school 2 different ways that you can do this. You can do design bid build, or you can do construction manager. Those are the 2 ways. And the design bid build, that's the traditional way of doing it, where the owner has a contract with the design team, and then we do the design, and then you put the drawings out for bid, and then the low bid is who your contractor is. The construction manager is a newer way that the state dictates how that process works. And that would be where you hire the contractor based off of qualifications before the plans are complete. So they would then bid out all of the subcontractor works. So if there's a person that does masonry, they would bid to the general contractor, they would still bid that out. But you hire the general contractor that's managing all those subcontractors. You hire them based off of qualifications as opposed to the lowest bid.
I like that idea.
This it's something that you don't have to decide at this time. We've done it different ways. We do projects both ways all the time. We were at Royal Valley today and we bid the project out. I'm going through the same process with Clay County right now. So we've done it lots of different ways. So the benefits of the first way, the traditional way, is you get a competitive public price. Anyone can bid on that. It's the lowest cost is all the subs when they're pricing it, they're giving you their lowest cost so that they can win the job to the general. And the general's taking that lowest cost and then submitting that to
and we have to do the
submit
lowest bid
And you have to do the lowest
by
bid.
law, okay.
So it's
I'm
clear.
not on board with that, I'll tell you that right now.
like that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Keep going.
And so then you have that contract with the lowest bid. There's a lot of things that we do within that, so, to help alleviate that, like we can have, like allowances for things that are going to be difficult to get the right price on, so that we can get some of that pricing later on once we know who the contractor is. But you don't see who those subs are, so you, a lot of times we'll have them list who the major sub is, like the mechanical contractor, but you're not evaluating each of the bids. In the construction manager at risk process, you're selecting that general contractor, and then they bid out all of those things, but then you get to see who submitted those bids and evaluate them.
So do those, you bring those to the board
The
every
board
time?
evaluates them and.
Yeah.
Okay, every bid that you bring to the board then?
Yeah, and if it's within 15%, then you can pay to go to the next highest person.
Okay.
Um,
Is that the difference between CMA and CMA at risk? Is there a difference between CMA agency and at risk?
yes, but
We can't do,
you're supposed to do the construction manager at risk
okay, we have to do at risk, we can't, okay, all right.
for the state statute.
Per state side, okay.
So, the state process is a 3-phase qualification process. If you wanted to start this process, it takes about 3 months to get through it. So the first thing you have to do is put it in the paper that you're gonna talk about potentially doing it, and allow public comment if someone wanted to speak on it. Then the next step would be to put it in the paper that you intend to proceed with the construction manager at risk process. And that has to be in the paper for 15 days. And then you issue a request for qualifications, and then contractors can submit, and they're hired based off of, or they submit off those qualifications, and then you have to go through a shortlist process where you evaluate those qualifications to 3 to 5 companies, and then you move the 3 to 5 move on to the next phase, where we do tours and then interviews, and they submit a fee to the state, and the state evaluates that fee and gives it a score. And then you interview them.
That fee matrix, is that then that fixed price that, or fixed fee they have to stay at?
It's a percentage.
It's a
And that's their earnings then, that's their profit earnings?
Yeah.
Percent, okay. And so how does the state determine what's?
A good fee.
Uh-huh.
They rank it based off of who's in the middle. So the closer you are to the middle of all of the people that submitted, you get a higher score. So it's not
like a rubric?
necessarily who's the lowest or who's the highest, you get scored higher for being in the middle.
Okay. Okay. And then a committee or the board interviews?
So there's
Which one do most school districts go with?
Nowadays, it's construction manager at risk. It's because then you don't have to get stuck with the lowest bid. And these people are getting the job based off of relationships, and so they don't want to screw it up or make you angry because you're gonna go tell another school board member, don't hire these people. And so the environment on the job site and everything is different because they're working on those relationships. And it's not like some guy who maybe missed something in his bid and then got the job at the
Can you go back to
lowest.
slide 18 for me? Okay.
Yeah, so in either case, you have a contract with the design team and a contract with either the general contractor or the construction manager. And then that
So in construction management, we have a construction management company instead of a general contractor.
Correct.
And can you tell the board, like, the difference between the two?
Many contractors do
We'll do
both.
both.
Okay.
Some contractors just do really one or the other. Like,
Okay.
one may not be able to get as many jobs. They probably do both. Some of the construction managers don't bid them out because they have too much work based off of relationships.
Do these guys do some of the work though? They self-perform?
Sometimes they do.
Are there differences on who we would choose, that some do it and some don't? Is that a benefit? So if I'm a construction company and I have construction management side, but we also do concrete and
So,
I
if
mean-
they self-perform the work, they
So-
will also bid on it. So a lot of times, they don't necessarily get bids for doing that, but they'll self-perform. It is a benefit because they can have better control over the schedule because they're scheduling their own courses versus another subcontractor. But they submit those bids, like whenever there's bid day, they will submit a bid for doing all the door hardware. And so someone else could do that, and so they might not win that.
So we would have to be the deciding factor.
You would see that, and then you would see who's low, and if they're within that 15% or not.
But wouldn't they also see who's low?
They email it before they receive the bids, so they do it ahead of receiving the bids.
So to make it
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Quote unquote
Yep.
fair.
So, what I was told today, or no, yesterday, is to do design, bid, build, we don't really have to do anything different. Just move forward, you make a resolution for the election, you move forward, they'll go through the design process after you pass the election and move forward. If we do construction manager, we have to decide that we're doing that, you guys have to have a resolution, we'd have to do that whole phase 2 to go through that, so there's that in itself as well, so.
And you don't have to do that now, you don't have to start that process now. And you could also start that process but not complete it, or you could stop it at any time. Like to start it, to say you're gonna start it doesn't mean
We just have to put a
you have to
notice
finish it out.
We just have to put the notice
Yeah.
out if we're gonna try it or.
Yeah, and some people do that, like as soon as it passes, they start it. Some people do it now so that as soon as it does pass, then they're ready to go on it. But if it's something that is gonna create a division with the board or with the community, then you can hold off and so that it's not a factor in doing the bond election.
You said something about, you said something about 15%.
I'm design build guy. That's my favorite. Because every job I've done with construction manager has been awful. Our Domes was construction management. I've had terrible luck. I'm not saying that there's not good ones out there, but
But if
100% of the jobs I've been on with construction manager has been bad.
But if we're the
And
ones
so,
selecting.
I have a sour taste in my mouth on it, and so that's where I'm at.
You said 15% on the construction manager at risk, so if it's over, let's say this lowest bid is 20% less than the second, we don't have a choice.
You have to somehow prove that it's not a qualified bid, which.
Could you do that with the design bid bill as well, if we said that's too
It
low?
just makes it hard, it's a lot harder.
Who do you know that can get bonded for 26 million that's not qualified?
I mean, that's why it's difficult, like you
I mean,
can't,
seriously, who can pull that type of a bond and not really be
They
qualified to do this?
yeah, I can't answer that. I do,
Don't
they
they
get
have
bonded
performance
and
bonds,
still be
bid
difficult to work
bonds?
with?
There's a lot of,
Yeah.
not everybody, you'd be surprised, like, I think I was in business for 10 years before I could even really be looked at to get performance bonds. That's true, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
so, that's just my opinion. My opinion, if I ever get involved with construction management again, I prefer it's not on our taxpayers' time, but that's my personal opinion.
But do we not have more control?
That's how it feels, it's like.
feels
what's
that
the-
I don't wanna go with just the lowest.
I don't,
When you
person,
did
you
the,
know?
when you did the domes, Tanner, did you get to choose, I guess that was a little bit different, cause you had to find somebody, there wasn't many people who were doing that, right?
What's that?
When you did the domes with the
I
construction
wasn't on the
management?
board then, I did,
Oh, okay.
I did the dirt on it. What happened is then, what they would do is that when they got under budget, or they didn't like it, they would just change stuff. Or they would cut something out of somebody's
Can they do
bid,
that?
or then they would go and self-perform.
You're
And
not.
I've seen that happen, that's what happens, right?
And who's managing it? You?
Your
they're answering
general
to all you,
contractors
yeah.
are gonna also,
So do I get to go
Self-perform
like
stuff.
stand over these guys' shoulders all day?
No, but I think, so my question is, so
I
to
like that.
keep, to keep that management over them, they bring everything to the board and you guys get to review all of it before they do that cutting?
Mhm.
So you guys have that say then, before anything's cut, or if we're meeting that 15%, that all comes to the board and you guys get a look at it before any of that happens, correct? They don't have full authority to do that with,
Right.
is that what that triangle concept is with HTK? I guess I'm just trying to look at, like, you got design team over here, why do you have that like filtered
dash.
differently? Yeah,
It's, you hire them, like you hire us first and then you come in with the contractor. Like
Okay.
here,
And we're
it's,
done.
we're doing design
together.
together.
but we'll hire you and you'll do the design. And then we'll put it out for bid and they'll say, this is the design and I'll build this for this amount of money.
Right.
Okay. And on the other one, that's not what they do. They say, we'll be your contractor at 7% of whatever it costs. And then they'll go out and get all the subcontractor costs.
Are you saying on,
That's the way we've always done it.
on
We bid
the,
Talking
the
the general?
subcontractors.
CMAR, on CMAR.
On
on-
CMAR,
yeah, that one he
yeah.
just said is, he's asking. us-
CMAR, the construction manager at Rich, they're not gonna give you a bid of $26.1 million. They're gonna give you all the subs bids and it'll be what it'll be and they'll make 7% of whatever those come in at.
which is what the phased construction is whenever you're hiring them. That's the fee that they get is what they're submitting to the state and the state scoring and then you're getting that.
Mhm.
So you're,
So they can't change that.
right,
They can't change their fee.
right. They're submitting that fee. and it's-
So the state decides what the fee is.
No, they submit it to the
Evaluate.
state and the state scores their fee.
Oh,
that they
scores
turn
their
it.
fee, okay.
Yeah.
And then gives us that information.
So I feel like we're gonna be, based on which one we choose, like a lot of
Hands-on.
decision making and
Yes.
hands-on compared to not a lot. I mean, once we,
You have more influence on who your subs are with the construction manager than you do with the design bid build. You have a lot more influence on who your main contractor is if it's a construction manager, because you're interviewing them and selecting them.
Right.
Then on bid day, you don't know who your contractor is until.
Would you be a
you get the bids.
subcontractor then, or were you a contractor?
I was always a sub.
So cause
So
the
you
construction manager hires the subs, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you've never been. So you've not you've not done the construction management from the board
I've
perspective
done the
then?
jobs as a subcontractor, that was
Gotcha.
construction management jobs.
So from
I've
the
done
work,
both, yeah.
you've
I've
done
both.
done it from the work side of things,
Yeah, this is the first one I've done as a board member.
right? Okay.
So Tanner, are you really like, okay, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, are you basically saying that, say we hire this, this guy or whatever, and he hires a subcontractor, and then, these subcontractors are coming in and saying, okay, well, we bid $1 million on this, but, really, we're gonna take 500,000 and put in cheaper material or something, is that kinda like, is that what you mean,
Well, on
kinda
school
like?
stuff, they're supposed to certify American-made products and stuff, right? Now, if it's certain money's involved, cause we have to use stainless steel bolts on our underground fittings, they can't be China fittings and all that.
Right, yeah,
And that-
we list all the
I'm
qualifications,
assuming that's
we
all
have
in our specs and
specifications
stuff
of-
here too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
But who oversees that, who makes sure that they are doing what they're doing?
They submit shop drawings to us, so we create drawings.
They call it submittals.
I'm just saying, like in reality, they could pull out a
And then you
foreign
have,
screw and we would
can
never
you tell
know.
us what,
Between the two of them, what does the board, what's the control the board gets on the whole project, throughout the project? what does the board get to decide on or get to see and how often, like every board meeting I'm bringing in things.
Well, that would depend on the contract you write, wouldn't it?
It would depend on what you
It would
guys
depend
do.
on the
So
contract
there are
and
some
what
boards
you do.
that aren't,
Are hands off,
they're not as involved,
and others that wanna be very hands on.
yes,
I think this board would wanna be hands on.
yeah.
I think that. That's not an insult.
No, you're
You're
right, Faith,
You're
you are
right.
dead on.
That's not an insult,
We
that
like
is,
to
I
know the
actually think your
details.
community will appreciate that you guys are hands-on and you're really looking at things and going through a really thorough process. I think that's a compliment to you, so.
Yeah.
But the hands-on piece, I just wanna know, what do we get to do in either one of these? What are their hands-on benefits in either one of these? We're gonna bring in every sub to them if we want.
So, say we were doing the design bid build. We would put the plans together, we would receive the bid, and then we would present you with a spreadsheet that says, here are the 5 general contractors who bid on it, these are their prices, and these are their top 3 subs. Their
Oh, they'll have their
mechanical
subs
contractor,
already listed.
they'll list just
Okay.
like 3 of them, like
Okay.
their mechanical sub, their plumbing sub, and like their mason or something like that, we can.
And these are people they typically work with?
Not
No,
always,
Not,
you never
okay,
know.
okay,
no.
okay.
These plans will be probably
Right.
everywhere.
So
Okay,
yeah.
if you were to bid in the construction manager at risk process, you would have your construction manager and they would show you line by line, flooring. These are the 3 contractors I received pricing on, these are the bids I received for these 3 contractors. The next bid package, earthwork. These are the 3 earthwork packages pricing that we receive from subs, and this is what their prices are.
And then they get to choose?
And then you would default to the lowest one, and then you could say, this next guy, they're local, and they're within that 15%, and so we want to choose them. And so then we choose that subcontractor, and then we go to the next setting, and so you would do that, and there's usually 25 different bid packages where you have all the different subcontractors that you can then evaluate that, so it's a long spreadsheet where you're evaluating it.
So you're not
I
talking
mean,
about
I've
board
I've
members.
just had terrible experiences, so I'm just
Yeah.
gonna vote. That's
But doesn't it seem, because you have worked with some of these people, for you to say, like, nah, that one I didn't have a good experience with.
Well, I don't know who would bid on this, so, I mean, you just never know, right? I mean, you could get people from out of state to bid on it. The last people we had here was from Mississippi.
But ultimately,
That was
though,
because
we get
we
to
don't.
choose who gets to be here.
All on that, on construction management, you would.
And also on the bids, on the subcontractors. Isn't that what you said? We get a bid on the subcontractors.
I've bidded, so in
Well, yeah,
construction
within the
management, I've
15%,
bid.
but they're not
and
just
they
giving it
came
to
in
the
and
lowest
said, "This
bidder,
don't fit
because
our
that could
budget.
be
We're
anybody.
gonna slash it down, and that's what's happening. I mean,
I just don't wanna see them give it to the lowest bidder and it be, like, oh, we could have had someone better, or
That's
someone
what
that's
worries.
local, that we know they do good work, and, like, I wanna,
So
oh,
you
you'll
guys
have
know me, I
local-
wanna go
you'll have
through
local bids,
the
I can
process.
see
So it
that.
sounds like to me
No
you're
matter
worried
which
about
route
them
you
changing.
Yeah, well, I guarantee you'll have local bids. That's a big enough job, everybody's gonna wanna try to bid on that.
Jenna, you're worried about them changing our plans, correct?
I just
need to understand so I can be on the same
No,
page.
me
It
too. I
just
wanna-
seems like, so like, here's an example, I'll use ours, I don't wanna call out any other place, right, this wouldn't be fair. We had, the sidewalks around our domes, we still have the resol plans for that, it's supposed to be 5 foot wide. What are they,
Smaller,
2 foot?
they're small.
That just happened. The water line was supposed to be 4 inch, so we could have the new domes and we could irrigate our football field.
Okay.
They just said put in 2 inch. So
Okay.
they put in 2 inch, a year later, they came back with another 2 inch so we could irrigate that. That stuff, that's the stuff that happens.
So did our
Unless-
board agree to that?
I don't know how it happens, it just
Do you know,
happens.
Faith?
I don't,
I don't know how it happens, but it happens.
I've just been told there wasn't a lot of involvement from them at that time.
From the board?
I mean, I feel like as a school that's paying for this, you're gonna go and say, those are 2, not 5, you better come back and redo it on your own dime. Well, but we're, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I wouldn't approve a payout if they're
yeah,
not
we
following
paid you to
it.
do this right, you're not
Don't pay
gonna,
them if they're
That's
not
fine.
doing what's
Not
on the
do it.
plans.
right?
They submit a bid for that, if they
Well,
can't do it
both
for that.
methods, both methods said the design fit build, they have to build it to the plans.
I guess I feel like we have more control with this than we do with this.
So both methods, they're held by the same standard and following the plan.
You just have more say.
This one just automatically goes to the bottom bidder.
Mhm.
This one, we can actually say, okay, well, the bottom bidder is this much, but this guy, he's within that 15%. We know him, he's local, we know he does a good job, we wanna hire him instead of the lowest bidder kind of thing. So yeah, way more hands-on. Am I getting that right? Am I
Yep.
saying
Amy, you have any questions? Justin, you have any questions?
No.
Michelle?
I know, I mean, I don't wanna, cause you've had experience with
I just wanna make
this.
sure you
just wanna-
understand them
I
both, so you
understand
guys.
it, yeah.
But your
I-
experience hasn't been good.
Yeah,
No,
and I just,
I'm being
yeah.
flat honest.
Yeah, and that's
I've
why,
never had
I
a good-
mean,
never had a good
in my
experience.
mind,
Never seen it,
that
I
one
mean,
makes
the
more
ones I've been
sense,
involved
so
in, I haven't
that's-
seen it, I haven't seen it go good for the school.
11 years ago was the first time I did it, and I would not be saying the same thing after what I experienced then.
And I haven't had the good experience
But
yet,
the
so I'm
state
not,
has changed
yeah.
that process, and more people are doing it. Like, at that time, it was like a quarter of our projects were that way. Now it's over 75%.
Mhm.
And because, and they're changing the way they're doing it, and I think they're doing a better job of it.
Mhm.
I would not have said this in the same way, that it's changed and it's gotten better
Mhm.
in the last 10 years. Increasingly so.
Is that comforting to you?
No, it's not. Cause I think the last one I was involved in was probably 29, well, it went through COVID, 2019, I think, so within 10 years, I mean, I've had bad luck.
Mhm.
That's where I'm at, so, I mean, I guess I'm one of 7, so however the majority wants to go with it's how we'll do it. You know, I'm just not gonna,
How about we just hire you to be our construction
I
manager?
don't know,
You know,
I don't.
he's gonna
yeah,
pick me up
I'm
every
not
day in
gonna-
his
I'm
truck,
not
we're
gonna-
gonna go over that side,
Right out there,
walk
it don't
around.
matter.
You can be looking at it anyway, right?
Yeah. So anyway, we can decide it now, we can decide it at the next meeting, whatever you guys, if you wanna think about it, doesn't matter.
I would like to not decide that tonight.
It's fine, I would like to know going forward before we.
I do, I think.
I don't
we
think
need
it should be
to decide.
number 5 on the list.
I mean, I wanna go read some more, I
For
wanna
me,
try
so,
to understand a little
But-
bit more, I mean, I have,
I think we need to vote on if we're gonna push a bond before we vote on how we're gonna
Mhm.
contract
I
the
agree
bond
with
out
that.
though,
Yes, I
in my opinion, so.
We need to say that again,
I
Justin.
said, in my opinion, we need to vote on if we're gonna push forward with a bond before we vote on how we're gonna
Before the
manage
delivery.
that.
Okay, so you think we need to go with an election resolution and then decide how we're gonna do construction? What do you guys think? Do you
Well,
wanna,
I think
I think-
were you saying that's what you wanted before?
I would like to know, yeah, when I go to the polls, I'd like to know the.
Oh, before the
construction
polls, yeah,
Yeah.
But before they actually vote on it,
yeah,
but
yeah, I agree.
not,
Before we
okay, I
make the
misunderstood,
I
that's
did
my
too.
fault, I thought
Do
you
you
meant
need
you
this
wanted to vote
before
on
our
this before
resolution?
we made a
I did
resolution.
too, that's where I thought.
And I thought, well, I don't
What you're
wanna
saying
vote on construction delivery
I
method
mean,
before we-
I don't know, yeah, I don't know why we can't figure it out myself. We're
well,
gonna
I
have to
don't
figure it
feel,
out ourselves.
I don't feel educated enough right now, I wanna go read, I wanna
Mhm.
try to understand this.
Yeah, that's fine, but
So for
I
you-
feel like we need to start the conversation.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
but for you to vote on what you want as a bond, do you want the answer to this? Do you feel like you're gonna
I
need
would
the
like
answer?
to, but it does, I mean, if nobody else does, then I'm 1-7, so.
But I also,
If we're not ready, we're not ready at that time. You know what I'm saying? Cause are we gonna even be able to have a special meeting now, or are we just going to the next board meeting?
I think you guys said you needed a special meeting, right? Before the regular meeting to review
We're not
the
gonna
new
have all 7 here,
We're not gonna have
is
all
the
7
thing,
here.
so if you wanna have a meeting, we can, but we're not gonna have all 7, is
Well,
what
we won't take any action that meeting, we'll just look over what they've brought us, all the changes.
Make sure.
And I can email all of you guys can all have it and give me your questions if you're not gonna be here, you're gonna be
How long
gone,
is it
Justin?
gonna take
Yeah,
you
just meet the
to
3rd, I
do?
think,
It's not a
cause
whole lot that
those
we-
2 are out the 2nd, so.
I mean,
just
like,
meet
is
the
this
3rd.
something
Are
you
you
could
okay with
email
that?
us to us
I'll just
like
email it to you.
next
Okay.
week, I guess?
So you wanna do
holiday week,
December
maybe
3rd
next week
then,
or something?
to review the changes. Make sure everything looks how you want with all the changes, we don't have to take any action that day. If you want to vote on calling an election, if you want to call an election, which is the big resolution that we have to do the 10th to get the March election, if you're ready to do that, the last day would be our regular board meeting to do that, and we can do that at the regular board meeting. If we don't do that then we wait until August. So those are kind of the options on just the timeline of where we're at, but it's up to you guys, whatever you're ready for or not ready for.
Can I just say, like, can we maybe just put like a potential special meeting down, but have them email us all the plan, cause it's not a whole lot that, you
Well,
know,
we still have to
they're
call it.
changing.
We have to publish that we're doing a special meeting.
When do we have to
2
publish
days,
that?
isn't it?
2 days before.
2 days before, Amy? Well, that's Wednesday, so I'd have to email you Sunday.
Yeah.
No, it's not, it's a Tuesday night.
When's the
It's a
third?
Wednesday's
It's a
third.
Wednesday.
So I'm just saying potential, but have them email it to us, and if we look at the email and we're like, oh, no, that's perfect, then why waste our time on another
I
meeting?
mean, if
You know what I
everything's
mean?
right, we should be good, right?
That's
Well, that's what I'm
If
saying.
there's a change, there's not gonna be time.
But if
we
we
still
still have
have
a meeting, if you guys
questions.
have, like, if you need them,
Yes.
Yeah,
Like we
but
can
just-
have that,
but that's up to you.
Put it on the calendar just in case, but if they email us the changes and we say, oh yes, that's exactly what we wanted.
Do what?
You have to show up, you post there's a meeting, somebody's gonna be here, right? I mean.
Yeah, we have to
Come
have,
and say, don't have a quorum, there's
if
no
we
meeting.
post, we gotta have 4 people here,
Yeah.
and at least have a discussion or whatever about it, so.
But she doesn't have to post it
until Sunday.
She's not gonna be here Sunday.
Well, we can waive the we can waive the notice, but I guess I don't know when drawings
I hate to do
are gonna
that
be
when we don't
available.
need to, it's not an emergency.
I mean, does it have to be the 3rd? I mean, can it not be the 8th, the 9th? Can we not set it for, is it like none of those work?
Well, then that don't give them much
it doesn't.
of a
it
chance
doesn't
to,
give them-
that's not fair to them,
How is
if
that
we
not
make changes.
fair to them?
Like if we
Well,
came
if we
back
change-
and
Oh, if we
More
make
things
changes,
and
oh,
then they
I
have
was
to-
like, what are you
they
talking
don't
about?
have
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
Because I have a 3 Lakes meeting.
I see what you're saying.
It can't be the 8th.
The 9th works. Stay up all night.
How quickly do you think you can get us
I mean, I will
these
give her this
changes?
woman credit, she worked with me all weekend.
Well, I wasn't thinking if we didn't like it,
Emailed me
then
all
maybe
weekend,
change
we
something.
were
that-
back and forth all weekend,
What is
so.
the 3rd, is that next Wednesday?
Next
Yes.
Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys gotta go like crazy to get this out by Friday or Saturday or whatever, right?
Well, on Thursday's
Or is this hard for you?
Thanksgiving, there's a
This-
holiday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She's the best.
Oh, shoot.
It's her birthday, and then there's a holiday.
And she brought us cookies.
Whatever you like. I just-
How about we just roll the dice? I thought we was pretty thorough tonight. Let's just go to the regular board meeting. I'm saying it's gonna keep pretty close to what we've all been.
It seems like it to me.
What we came up with, we were at 26 million.
Yeah.
If we're good with around that range, the packets also had the tax increase for the 26 million. The bond question doesn't need all the plan things, it needs the cost. So
Cost and scope, which
Like,
is essentially a
if you
large
wanted to
general
do-
scope.
like right now, if you wanted to say 26 million, we can keep massaging these planes. They're gonna keep being massaged and adjusted while we're doing design. After it
Just within the
passes.
26.
Yeah.
Which I think that gives you a lot of things.
So yeah, I think we have what we need.
Let's just go for the next meeting, see how we feel. Everybody take these home and look at them and get back with Faith. If you see something that we didn't catch tonight, right? Cause a lot went on.
Yeah, you guys got in
Is
and
anyone,
worked hard.
I wanna be able to land helicopters.
is anyone not ready, are you guys not ready to vote tonight if we wanna do a bond, or do we have to wait till?
Oh, I don't have all that ready for you.
So we do have to wait on our regular, okay.
Cause we gotta sign some stuff, Amy's gotta do some paperwork, Tanner's gotta do some paperwork, it's like 3-4 pages of stuff.
Gotcha.
You guys have to read a real long thing. But that will be a piece of it, but there's more to it.
Yeah.
So.
Michelle, you gotta read this one.
I'm not
Since
reading
you
it.
got one motion,
No.
you can do like I said.
You give it to me, no, I'm not reading it.
Okay, are we good for now?
Yep.
Alright, thank you guys for coming, we're
Yeah.
adjourned.
Thank you guys.